All right. On a long journey across the ocean, on a vessel helmed by a prestigious captain, the three of you, traveling as an adventuring party for a number of adventures together, are traveling towards a distant island off of the main continent of the known world, to a not an unexplored island, but one that hasn't been explored as often or not in recent history because of the legends and tales that have been told about it. A cannibalistic network of spy agents that live on this island keep it secretive and capture anyone who lands on this island. Unfortunately, you were tasked with a very low-paying job of essentially any loot that you can find while trying to discover the Temple of Echoes and defeating or stopping whatever ritual is going on inside of it as this network of cannibal spies attempts to bring back to life an ancient evil from the ancient world. But on the way there, you were shipwrecked. And the ship did not strike into any large object as far as something that's stationary, but it was attacked by a kraken. The kraken tearing the ship limb from limb and grabbing onto members of the crew and flinging them far into the night sky as the ship caught fire. As an unbeknownst to you, this ship was also laden with a heavy armament of fireworks for whatever reason. Nice. And there was a fire on it, and in the stars shining down above and the ship being on fire, you were all thrown from it. And one of you being hit midair by a firework as it went off into the sky. We'll say that was Fan Clamdango. And then someone else, the mast came down and cracked their head, knocking them unconscious. And we'll say that is, what is Felix's character? Oh, Kellen. And Coda, in Coda's desperate attempt to put out the flames, the heat, even though he's a fire genasi, was just too much, and he was about to pass out and decided to dive overboard, not knowing that there was a life raft directly below and did not go feet first. And so, all three of you get knocked unconscious. You awaken.
Those were some really strong fireworks.
It hit him right in the temple. Right in the temple. He was flung by the Kraken up into the air and then bunk right in the head, and went up in a blaze of glory, but did not die.
Blaze, yes, glory. I don't know.
A blaze of glory. But you all awaken, washed up on a beach, and be great if I could. Let's actually not play that for now. Let's play. I have. No. Maybe it'll play someday. I have a waves sound that's supposed to be happening right now. All of you come to when there's a light rain that's coming down, and you open your eyes. Your faces are covered in wet sand, kind of sticking to the sides of them, and looking up. You actually able to turn around and look out at the ocean, and you don't see any sign of the ship on the horizon. It's still dark, with a tiny bit of light from the rising sun coming over from somewhere. You're still groggy and your vision is still coming to you, but a bunch of leaves from these palm trees that are on whatever landscape that's in front of you. And the beach stretches on for probably about 100 to 150 feet before it reaches this jungle tree landscape that's before you. kind of like coughing a bit as the water kind of is purged from your lungs, and a tortoise comes walking down the beach. But that's where you find yourselves currently.
The tortoise
Oh,
is
man.
just a tortoise.
Just the tortoise.
It's just a tortoise. Okay.
You're roboting again, by the way. But we can at least understand what you're saying, so that's good. Yeah, it's a tortoise. It's, decent size, and it's probably about 100 feet from you. Hear the sounds of the gulls above.
All right.
Where are we? What happened?
Well,
I think the giant octopus destroyed the ship, maybe, and we washed up on the shore, which is hopefully where we're going.
right.
I
I
thought we were
assume.
supposed to go to a town.
Well, I mean, we were sailing to the town.
But
Like
I
that's
mean, like,
where.
hopefully we're on the island where we're meant to go to.
Right.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It is pre-dawn.
The stars aren't telling me anything now.
Should we wait so you could maybe by looking at the stars, where if we're where we're supposed to be?
It's pre-dawn, so there's not going to be any stars
Oh yeah,
for
right. Got John and
all
Dust
day,
mixed up.
all
Yeah.
day.
That explains why they're not saying much.
Yeah, that would do it, wouldn't it?
So I feel like if we washed up on the shore here, maybe survivors should be close by. Maybe we
Oh
should go look for
man.
them.
Yeah, there's probably other people who haven't died.
All right. I'm gonna walk over to the tortoise, um, and speak with animals.
Best spell ever.
The tortoise is just kind of lumbering along one step after the other. And you kind
Hello.
hello?
He's talking to
It's
that
been
turtle,
it's been so
man.
long
That's
since I've ever done
crazy.
anything like this. Is there any civilization around, or are we on like the wrong side of the island, or are we on the wrong island? Is there are there people anywhere?
What star patterns were in the sky last night,
Shut
little
up.
friend?
Shut up, shut up.
Oh.
I'm speaking. Shut up.
Man,
There's people
harsh.
around. I don't know if you're on the wrong island or not, mate.
I mean, no, maybe you're right, but so in what direction, right, are there people?
By the way, this tortoise has not stopped to talk to you. It's continuing to walk, and it's not
That's
like
all
making
right.
eye contact with you. It's just walking and then talking.
I could probably sit where I am and he won't pass me, so it's fine. Yeah, like, in what direction are people?
It's people in all directions, mate. Your sound
I
cut
feel
out.
like he's getting somewhere. I'm not. Then
While he does that,
Van
should we go
Van
look
just
around?
Oh yeah, you want to? I was gonna start drawing in the sand. I don't remember the star patterns, but
I mean, if you
I
want to
could.
do that, sure, I'll go.
No,
I'll go
no, I'll
along.
go with you, man. Let's go.
All right. Are you from? Nope.
Sure.
There we go.
Okay. All right, mate. Look, if you don't give me a straight answer here, I might just have to put you over an open fire, and I don't want to do that. So let's just cut right to the chase. There's people all around, yes, smart ass, right? But I mean, where? Where are they?
Jason said a bad word.
Oh, come on. Are we drawing? Is that where we draw the line? What?
I mean, it is a bad word, so that's we.
I was raised like douche was a worse word, but you use douche all the time.
Wow. Well, that's
Douche nozzle.
you want to cut right to the chase. You're talking to me, mate. You want to chase. I don't move very fast. I'm not sure where you're going with this, but yeah, head into the jungle a couple of miles. You'll find some people. If you're looking for that big building with echoes all around it coming out of it, then yeah, you might as well bear due northeast a bit, and you'll bump right into it. I don't recommend going there though. All kinds of crazy things going on over there.
Yeah, so I've heard. All right, thanks. That's all I needed. And I get up and I follow behind the two.
Did you get anything from the little guy?
Not really. He said if we go walk a couple miles into the jungle, we'll find a couple folks. But otherwise, on the outskirts, due northeast, there's a big building with echoes surrounding it, as he described it. I'm assuming that's our end destination.
That's crazy. We should just eat him.
I mean, I won't stop you, but I mean, I'm not too keen on tortoise meat.
Man, it's the circle of life, bro.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
We don't know for how long we've been out of it, so maybe we should eat.
Yeah, we should totally eat. That's a great idea, me.
I would like all of you to make a group perception check, please.
Oh my god.
It's a natural one.
Yes. Oh.
Wow. And a 28 and a 25. You turn around.
Perceptive group here.
You turn around and you see the water out in the ocean bubbling a bit as you're having this conversation and decide to start walking in. Something shoots out of the water. Some long, elongated something. It looks like maybe a long ship or something, like jutting out launched out of the water. But then you realize that it's still going. It's like massive. It's stretching up like 60, 80, 100 feet in the air, and then now it's racing towards the ground like it's about to slap the sand, and you all manage to jump out of the way as a massive tentacle hits the ground. The sand goes flying up, and then another one to your left hits the ground, and it like this huge body starts emerging from the waves that are kind of all bubbling and churning around it as this kraken that had destroyed your vessel has found you on the shoreline and is crawling its way up above. The body itself, it like wide is probably like 40 or 50 feet wide, and now that this section of it's coming up, you see these like I forget the beak of it. There's like 10 or 15 different beaks that all envelop each other as it starts clawing its way up, and it starts making this horrible screeching sound, which sprays ocean water in your direction, just out onto the beach itself. What are you doing?
Oh, it's back with a vengeance!
For how long do you think it can breathe on land? I mean, we could just run, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should go.
Yeah, we should like go.
We should go. And then fan is going to turn into an eagle. It just kind of starts flying in the.
Oh, he is a druid. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll wild shape into a horse, and a flaming horse, and I'll just look towards Kellen to hop on. I do have horseshoes of speed.
Amazing.
So good.
Okay, so you turn into a bird and just start flying up into the air. You turn into a horse. Kellen, do you jump on the back and start?
No, actually, I'm gonna ghost walk and go in the ground.
Okay.
All right.
And
How,
start
how long?
going the opposite way into the woods.
How long can you do that for?
It's for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. So
Yeah.
you sink into the ground, and Coda, you notice as you turn into this horse and like look towards Kellen, he just and just kind of like sinks. I just imagine Kellen doing this like little wave. It's very Felix.
Yeah.
Very Felix.
But one thing, for every round that I end in another object or whatever, I take 1d10 force damage.
And
So I
what's your
parry.
movement?
While I have a flying, basically I have a 20-foot flying speed, but I can move, dash, and dash again with my bonus action, so 60 feet per round.
Okay. So it's like I said, it's about 100 to 150 feet. So 2 rounds essentially will get you into the
2d10
forest. However, the tentacle almost reaches the forest with its first slap down onto the beach, and it's pulling itself up. The bird in the sky. It is dark. I don't know if birds have dark vision or not, but we're going to just say that you see as you're flying away, kind of turn your bird head over your shoulder to look at what's happening. A giant gout of ink comes flying out of this kraken in your direction.
Oh.
And it is in the air. You see the steam coming off of it. For some reason, this ink is like boiling hot, like oil almost, that comes flying at you. I'm going to make an attack roll with this at disadvantage. Where apparently I don't have a dice tray on here for whatever reason. Can I do... how do I do... Wait, it's R2D20. KL should work, right?
You said roll 2d0.
Can you see what I'm
We
rolling?
see what you wrote there. Yeah.
What I typed?
We saw you made a roll, but we don't see
There we
what
go.
the roll is.
Okay, so I figured out what it was. It rolled a natural one as it was rolling to hit you. So what happens is, as it gets to where you are as the bird, it like starts to evaporate, but the air around you bubbles and crackles and starts to smell of this like really sulfurous smell, but kind of like singes the back of your feathers a tiny bit, but doesn't do any damage. So now you have black tipped wings on your eagle body. Another tentacle comes flopping up onto the beach, and the ghostly form of Kellen. One of the times you're having to come up for air, so to speak, so as not to take damage while you're in the ground. I don't know if you're taking.
Oh, yeah, I assume no. I was staying in the ground.
Well, you
That's
were
why I
staying-
rolled the 2d10s.
Oh, to take your. Okay, so you're just traveling all the way. Gotcha. All right.
He didn't have to do that.
I'd like the horse to make a dexterity saving throw as another tentacle comes down onto the beach.
Okay. Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
That actually wasn't with a horse stat block. Horse
All right.
stat block.
So you-
5e.
Oh. I mean,
Let's find out. It has a dex of... A riding horse has a dex of 0?
so it would have been an 18,
All right.
which was
Then it
so would have been
18.
a success. So you only take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacle comes down, and you just kind of scoot out of the way, and it catches the bottom or the back of one of your hoofs, almost like flat-footing you, like one of the suction cups just kind of hits the back of one of the hooves.
You just knew with an accent.
So you guys all go racing towards the forest. Kellen, you are able to pop up and kind of look behind. The Kraken is like crawling its way up onto the beach, but then realizes that you're getting like into the forest. You see the tentacles go like streaking like into the trees to try and pull its attempt to try to start pulling its way through. So you make it about 60, 120, so like 180 feet. So you're like 30 feet inside of the forest. Are you doing anything? You come out of the ground at this point? Or...
I mean, as like you said, it was 100 feet. I feel like after like the 120 feet, when I know I'm close by to the tree, then I'd come up to reduce the amount of damage I would take, which I've already taken the max damage on both those roll.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So you're not quite, you're almost at the tree line.
All right.
You're like 30 feet from the tree line. You look around, and a third tentacle comes slapping down, almost taking out Coda on its way. And looking up, you see the bird kind of flying overhead. Are you doing anything else? You continuing to run into the forest?
You know, I'll wait 100 minutes for range in that. See. Yeah, I'll keep going. So,
If he's on ground long enough, I'm gonna swoop down and I just snatch him up. I'm a giant eagle. I'm out here.
Oh, you're a giant eagle. Gotcha.
Yeah, CR1 druid, baby.
Your circle of stars, you said?
Yeah, circle of stars. But I'm level 8 druid, so I got just the threshold for a flying CR1 creature.
What's the speed of the horse? 40? 60?
It would be it's 40, I believe.
so
But
80.
then
the horseshoe speed.
with the horseshoes of speed, I have an extra 30 feet, so 70 feet. So times 2, because I'd be dashing, so 140 feet a turn.
Wow. Okay. So the horse, you actually go flying past Kellen. Kellen, do you allow the giant eagle to pick you up?
I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, but okay.
I mean, I know it's fan. I guess
Right.
since you said we're already been a team for a while. So, yeah.
So the horse goes flying past Kellen as the eagle swoops down, picks up Kellen, goes soaring out over the top of the forest as the Kraken reaches his tentacles like into the forest, grabbing onto a few trees, a couple of them like popping and snapping as it's trying to like pull its way in, and then its giant body hits the tree edge as you're all continuing to race forward and realizing that it would have to like be trying to break all of the trees to get in, or try to like roll its way over the top, because it's not like it can necessarily walk. So it begins to try to start breaking the trees to get through them, and you just hear the snapping and popping of trees falling down left and right as you're racing into this forest. And you get far enough away, 300, 400, 500, 600 feet away from it, and you can still hear the sound behind you.
Oh my god.
And like the final like jet of ink gets like thrown out and like arcs way out into the forest, like way farther than it should be able to fire. But this one is like a larger like spray and attempting to like encapsulate wherever it is that it thinks you are, but it's nowhere near far enough of a range to hit you. So
Squawk!
you've escaped it, but you do hear off in the distance.
Yeah,
Things
dude.
falling
I think
over.
I think we just made like a mass deforestation machine. Like this is like a massive logger. Have you seen like the Lorax, where they're like they've got they've got the machines
Like a
that are cutting
drill
down all the
kinda,
trees.
How bad it can I be?
Dude, if you look up the song that they cut to play "How Bad Can I Be" instead, you'll never forgive DreamWorks. It was like it was so anti-capitalist and so anti-government. It goes so hard, bro. Anyway, are we running in the direction of the town? Since that's, I mean, no, we didn't really know that.
The rule said
We knew that if we
somewhere
had
in the jungle.
We
Yeah,
just
north.
knew we had to go into the jungle a couple of miles.
Then again, we do have a giant eagle right now.
I'll say I'm gonna
Could fly
as I'm
high up
looking,
to
do I
see it.
see? Yeah, do I see anything? Anywhere?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
My giant eagle eyes.
And since he's still carrying me, could I also do a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, all
What do I got to roll for this? So I just
I'll
roll
wait
the
patiently on the ground.
None of that one. Let's go.
+4 perception. Oh, I have
Nice.
No,
advantage
you do
on.
keep your mental stats and your proficiencies.
Oh, really? So my
Yeah,
perception bonus, and then
yeah, your perception bonus. Yeah,
I get a advantage because I'm an eagle. Keen eyesight. Oh, that was trash.
yeah.
17. Okay. In the end of the night air that's here, and the light just barely peeking over the horizon, you can see that there is a large mountain that's kind of in the central apex of this relatively small island. And even from this perspective, you can see almost the entirety of the island. At the base of the mountain, around the left-hand side of it, there are a bunch of tiny little lights off in the distance, maybe just a few miles away. And then set into the side of the mountain, you see a couple of lights kind of shining from somewhere towards the top of it, like a cliffside. Like the mountain is massive mountain, which it was probably a volcano at one point, yada yada yada. And so you've got like a small little town type thing on the left, and then something else that's shining, that's kind of embedded into the side of like something that looks non-mountainy on the right side. Both a couple of miles away from each other, and it probably is maybe a mile or two from the town to whatever this other thing is. There is a river that runs from the top of this mountain down towards the ocean. What's the smiles? What are the smiles for?
I'm listening
it's
to
the music.
soundtrack. The sound,
Yeah.
yeah, the music. It's,
Yeah.
I've spent too long in the Skyrim menu screen when I
Oh,
press
that's
press V, and then it's like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's all.
like that song for Skyrim specifically reminds me of the Bleak Falls Barrow. Yeah.
I
Sorry,
like Skyrim
Tim.
music.
Okay.
I think it fits well in
Yeah.
a lot of
I mean,
situations.
I can't see anything.
No, we got to circle back down. To
Yeah,
the,
if you circle back down to me, and you squawk and I neigh, we've been together long enough now where we established a communication system via this way.
absolutely.
So we'll just go in that direction. So you want to go towards the town?
Yeah, it's a town. Since that's most likely, if there are survivors, that's where there might have gone as well.
Does the sound from the Kraken, does it seem like it's diminishing, or is he kind of still out there?
Well, actually, even being up as high as you were, you weren't that far away from it. You went many hundreds of feet, but being up in the sky, you could still see it tearing through the forest, heading in
nice.
your direction. Yep.
That turtle's probably dead by
Should
now.
we just turn around and take care of business? Like, did you just squawk?
Yeah, I guess
it cut out, so it just looked like you were like.
Yes, I did. I did score.
I mean,
Can the three of us take a Kraken?
I feel
mean,
like
it wrecked the ship.
it wrecked the ship, but we didn't know it was coming, and we were in water. I feel like on land we might have the upper hand here.
That's a whole like a monstrous.
Yeah. All right. I mean, since we've established a communication system this way, how fast is it going? Like, if we were to get to the village, how much time would we have before it got to the village?
That's tough to tell, and I mean, it would have to be I'd ask for an intelligence check from either Kellen or
Can I circle back up with
Coda.
Was it Coda on my back, or no, Kellen on my back, and
Yeah,
just
you
watch
can.
it. Eyeball its progress and stuff. Like
Sure.
I can't imagine a giant sea creature because Kraken makes me think of a sea creature. It's probably not clocking super wicked fast on land.
Or is it like those
Yeah, but
octopus
like,
balls in the Elden
Oh,
Ring?
dude,
Those land octopus.
crocodiles clock like 40-mile-per-hour
Yeah, but
sprint
that's a
speeds.
crocodile.
And
Yeah,
crocodiles
I
have
know,
feet.
I know. But what I'm saying is like just because it's a sea creature doesn't mean that it can't
And then
Crocodiles have
go
again,
feet.
are
fast.
crocodiles really
Terrible
sea
comparison.
creature? They live in rivers, not the sea, Chase.
Yeah, oh, okay, all right. Are we really gonna argue semantics?
Yes.
Somebody get this American an almanac or something.
So,
Oh.
so all of you make history checks for me.
Okay.
This is my best skill.
This is my worst skill.
Callan, you seem to recall on a previous mission that all of you undertook, maybe about a year ago, that was an underwater mission where you had to deal with some mer people, that they were offended at what they call the desecration of one of their statues, and that you were going to have to pay the price down the road from one of their water gods. And that was like a year ago.
Hey, I just remember, guys. I don't know if you remembered. Like a year ago, we did a mission for like to help mer people, stuff like that, and I don't remember how, but somehow their statue was destroyed, and they said like their god would come after us for that. Do you think that's their god?
I think Fan
Oh,
Fan
I mean,
Clandango
nay.
took a nap at the base of the statue, so that was the desecration.
All right, Fan. First of
Oh,
all,
it's not
Fan
correct. All right, just oh
never,
my
dude.
God.
All right, he'll nap in his own private area. He ain't napping on now. I'm respectful of the ancestors. I got
Oh, you're
spirit.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Coda,
You did.
Coda, on the other hand, is not. Um, Coda would probably take a nap there.
Probably drop a deuce on this.
But
Yeah, just thought about a real important question. What's our team name?
oh man,
Sorry, what?
Our team name.
It's KFK.
Gee,
former president KFK. Um, Let me think. My first thought was like Animal Crossing. You guys know KK Slider? I
Yeah.
was thinking like KK Clemdango.
KK Fandango. KK Clemdango. I like that.
Yeah.
all right.
As long as Clamdango's not spelled with a K.
Yeah, as long as that's not it's a C, so it's fine.
Wait, you guys aren't fans of the Crazy Quilting Club with all
Yeah.
kings?
Dude, when I was in high school, my friends and I named our group chat the Crazy Cool Canoe Club because we all like to go like we went on like an environmental trip one time for canoeing. So it was like 4Ks instead of 3.
Wow. That's a story.
Um,
So,
okay.
About the Kraken, I feel like if we don't take care of it now or later or whenever, we might not be able to get off the island.
I mean, we can get off the island. Maybe not everyone else.
Yeah, but
But-
then again, it's after us. But like, how far from land are we? Like, could you fly that far?
Oh, do you think it's like tracking us? Do you think it like because it's a god, it has like an innate like tracker?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Oh, so it won't hurt anybody else, just coming after us. This is like like that snail question. You know, like which if you could live forever, but you always had a snail following you, and if it touches you, you both die. I mean, we could just go. Remind me of our mission again.
So you know that there is a cannibalistic spy network that is on presumably this island, but you're searching for the Temple of Echoes, and
Right.
to stop a ritual that the cannibals are attempting to do in this temple.
Okay, this seems simple enough, guys. We
Yeah,
just
so
let the Kraken follow us until we get to the temple, and it just takes care of business.
Two birds, one stone.
But what if the
Coda-
ritual is for the Kraken, so the Kraken doesn't attack them? Like,
Well, then
what
he
if the
stops.
mer
Then
people?
he stops outside the temple, and we get to take care of business inside the temple, and then get out.
And what do we do about the Kraken afterwards? Like, to get off the island?
That's not our problem.
No, we need to get off the island. That's our problem.
Yeah, we just two of us, or even one of us, can turn into like a giant eagle and fly.
Like, how long?
Right, for 8 hours or 6 hours. For 6 hours, and then the other person just turns into another giant eagle, and then while the other person takes a break.
I can only do this for like 4 hours.
I mean, that's fine. Will it take us 10 hours to break land
More than 10 hours.
if we dash?
You were on a ship for like a week to get to this island.
Yes and no.
We'll be fine.
Also, you were told that the ritual was to awaken an ancient evil.
So not the
Yeah, no,
Kraken.
that evil seems pretty awake.
All right. All right, hold on. I'm still a horse.
Nay.
Nye. I.
Nye.
Do you also whip?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Shut up. Yeah, I mean, okay, when you come back down using the communication skills that we've learned between horse and bird, are we going to the town? Is that something we want to do? Or do we just want to go? We just want to go due northeast and hit up the temple, since that's what we're here for anyway.
I said
I
we go
mean-
to the town, ask around, because we don't know where this thing is or what, like the.
Well, we know it's
The tourist
further up.
told me due northeast, and I trust him with my life.
Then, all right.
Quick question, Tim. I just realized: did the Kraken kill the turtle like when it came up on the beach?
Were you paying attention to whether or not the turtle got killed?
Obviously.
He
Turns out the
ask-
Kraken
he did ask.
actively avoided.
Like, before we got away, he did ask. He was like, wait, did the Kraken kill the turtle?
I think he said, I bet the Kraken killed the turtle.
Oh, was it?
I'm pretty sure he said
I
that.
think I said like, do you guys think? Or I talked about the turtle being
Oh,
being
okay.
there. I don't remember how I said it exactly.
All right, you know what? We'll
Because I'm asking,
let's.
if it died, would I have seen it die?
I'm gonna make an executive
Because I could do
decision
something
here.
with that.
I'm gonna make an executive decision here. All right.
Let me answer his question.
Okay.
The tentacle did come down on the turtle.
Did I see it die?
You did not see it die.
It was an
Yeah.
off-screen character death that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It did
Because
not
if
happen.
if I saw it died, I could have created a token. That turtle.
Could have created a what?
It's a class feature I have. It's called tokens of the departed. So when I see a creature die, I can like make a token.
Phantom?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You know what? I think that we know that the temple is somewhere due northeast. We've already gone in the wrong direction? Question mark.
I mean, are you still continuing to move while you're having this conversation? You're just not moving and
I assumed we stopped.
you stopped.
Yeah.
So you
I thought
hear
we'd
the
stopped,
crashing sound getting nearer to you. Did you fly up into the sky to try and calculate how long it was going to take for it to get?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I. This was
All
like
right,
right
so-
before you had us roll the history.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Talon, make an intelligence check for me.
All right. I mean, could Fen also do one since he's the one
With
bringing me up?
advantage because he's helping.
That's
Yeah.
was
Yeah, I
just
don't think a
about-
bird would be helping me much right now.
He can.
Well,
he
he's
can
not-
make-
I don't speak bird or horse.
It's
Sure.
lifting you up.
all right.
Intelligence check.
Yeah.
Okay.
With your intelligence, not
It's
the eagles.
plus 0.
Better than eagle.
Oh yeah, the Eagles -1. So
Yeah.
it's a 10.
A 10. You have no idea. But
It's on its way.
it's on its way. It could be an hour. It could be a day. Hard to judge.
How tired does it get? That's the question. So when we were running away, did we? I mean, we didn't explicitly say a direction. So did we?
I mean, you said towards the woods, so I feel like
Yeah, toward the woods,
Which is in the
shows it.
direction of the mountain. If you just went straight, you'd bump into the mountain and be halfway in between the town
Right.
and the other
Okay.
location. Yeah.
Okay. So then at this point, I feel like we should probably just switch gears and head on over to the temple.
what's a gear?
You'll learn. I just don't see a reason in spending time here, potentially putting a town of people in danger when we know that we're looking for a cannibalistic group that's based, or at least doing a ritual inside of this temple.
Yeah.
If we go to the town, perhaps it's occupied by this cannibalistic group that we're here to hunt down anyway. We don't get the townsfolk on our side because this is all they know. They're on an isolated island in the middle of nowhere. I think the
Suppose
best
if
move,
it is a town of innocence and we bring a kraken there.
they're cooked.
Yeah.
So I think we just
temple it is.
I think we just change directions to the temple right over
Yeah.
there.
I think that's a good idea, man. Like, protect the innocents. Like, the ancestors will watch out for us, and those people have no one watching out for them except for us. So,
Right, yeah, but by the transitive property or something, I don't really know how it works. But
I don't know, man. Whatever you say, but
We're on our,
have
we're on our
faith in
way,
us.
and I guess we'll change direction and head towards the temple.
Okay. That one came through. Otherwise, it would have looked really strange if we hadn't heard that sound.
And that was all through horse and eagle communication, because we're like
Correct.
this.
And Kellen has no idea what's going on.
No, he has no idea. He has no clue.
But he's used to it. He knows what's happened.
He's probably
aware.
figured out a couple, like, when I move my front moves, I do a couple top
Yeah, I do like
you know.
that's one thing, but I don't know everything.
Exactly.
I love it.
When they do that, I count grass.
You count grass. Amazing.
That's so sad. That's
Working
so
on his
sad.
druid craft. He wants to be like a.
Kraken
So
loves
maybe
me.
if I'm good
Kraken
enough
loves me
at
not.
Woodcraft, I'll be able to
Yeah,
understand
Kraken
what.
loves me. Kraken loves me not.
Yeah.
Alright.
It is definitely still crashing through the forest. It's not moving at a breakneck pace, but it is still
It's
moving.
out there.
It's out there. You can hear it. And occasionally the sound of that's not what a kraken sounds like, but you get the gist. So I just read that krakens have freedom of movement and ignore difficult terrain.
But does that mean that he'd move? Oh yeah, kind of like an octopus going like in between the rocks, like squeezing through the trees instead. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh no,
They-
Jigsaw, you're taking the piss. No way.
Yeah, so that's yeah. So the kraken
That's not
seems like it is making some headway on its way towards you. It is the cracking of the trees and the sound of it breaking the forest have stopped. And as you look behind you, it's still way in the distance behind you because it's like movement on land is not super fast, but it is not hindered by the trees any longer.
Oh my god.
Those just
Alright.
steadily.
Yeah.
Look
Let's
and see
just
the
go.
tentacles like through the trees. It's just kind of like weaving its way through. And so
You know-
yep.
I could just start a fire.
We didn't start a fire, but why?
I mean, at least to do chip damage on its way or force it to take another route.
Weren't you talking about us having just created a giant deforestation disaster like 5 minutes ago, and now you're talking about burning down the forest?
Huh? No, I said don't hurt the innocents. I didn't say anything about not. I didn't say anything about avoiding deforestation. You know, you have to. Sometimes forests have to burn to come back stronger the next time, right? That's something that we call an old growth forest.
Yeah, but don't you do that? Usually do that when the forest is old and like has
Yeah.
a hard
Sometimes the
time
natural
breeding new
cycle,
trees because the old ones are blocking the sun for the newer ones. I
when the
don't.
stars shine down and lightning strikes, a wildfire can happen, man. And that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you start the wildfire a little early, bro.
And I'm guessing you're a wildfire druid, right, Coda?
No, not at
Yes.
all, man.
No. Yes,
Yes.
you
Yes.
kid. Yeah,
Coda
yeah,
is a wildfire druid.
yeah.
I also realized that Scorching Ray does 8 rays, and that's
If you have
insane to me.
cast it, yeah,
If I do it at 7th level, it's 8 rays, and
yeah.
that's insane.
I know, yeah, Scorching Ray so then, especially with Wildfire Druid, since you get the bonus damage,
Yeah.
the bonus
Okay.
D8.
Anyway. Um,
Um,
yeah, I mean, and I guess let's just keep moving to the temple. Like
Yeah.
it's not it's like moving faster now, but it's not like gaining on us because it's not a fast creature.
right.
So I think we just keep going towards the temple.
All right. So, about 30 minutes of travel later, you see this giant mountain kind of looming up on your left-hand side as you kind of get to the base of the mountain and kind of follow it to some extent. The trees do kind of grow up on the side of the mountain as well before reaching these cliffs that stretch up hundreds of feet into the air. And wrapping around the right-hand side of it, you get to the base and kind of look up and see a square opening up on the mountain, lit by torches or some kind of firelight. It's a warm reddish orange light that's kind of filtering out from the top of this, and to some extent cascading down on the side of the mountain. And it's not a low slope to it. It looks like not a sheer cliff climb, but several boulders and rocks kind of toppled on top of each other that eventually lead to this cliffside that you could theoretically climb. The sun now has begun to rise, and what little bits of it's rising on the other side coming from the other side of the island. So it's like the village would be on the west side, and the whatever this opening is in the mountain is on the eastern side of it. And so the sun's rising on the village side, which is the west. It's rising in the west.
Mm.
Interesting.
And so it's casting this like large shadow on the side that you're at. So it's still very dark on this side. And the cliffs themselves are, again, jagged, peaked in areas, but do look climbable. And you just hear off in the distance.
Okay.
The thing is tenacious.
Yeah.
How big would you say the entrance is? Like, is it Kraken size or is it smaller?
You're not sure how
It also
small
has freedom of movement.
it
Yeah, but then
may-
again, like it couldn't fit like in the standard like door size, like stuff like that.
Yeah, the opening in the side of the mountain is probably about maybe 20 feet wide by about 20 feet high. It's perfectly
I'm pretty
square.
sure. Yeah, so it's Kraken size.
Sounds about Kraken size.
Yeah.
So
do we try and take out the Kraken now? Or do we wait and maybe have to face him after we're done with the ritual and coming out of the temple with nowhere else to go?
I don't think we can fight this thing, man. Like, it's a Kraken.
I mean, it depends. If it's like just a regular Kraken, then I think that maybe we can take it if it's like a normal Kraken, right? But as we've previously established, this kraken might be like a god kraken, and it's just tracking us down, which is just I'm not sure that we're ready to fight gods yet. You know, that's something that you do more around like level 19, level 18. Um, you know, we're not
Like
quite
on a
there
scale of
yet.
1 to 20, you'd need to be at
Yeah,
a 19 or an 18
yeah,
strength-wise. Yeah.
exactly. And if you're level 18, you need a bigger team than three. You
Yeah.
know, you need probably like four or five, like roughly 18 out of 20 people, you know, 9 out of 10 guys to go and take care of business. Um, I think that the objective here should be to finish this job as quickly as possible and then just get out.
Yeah.
Um,
Then again, there might be another exit from the temple, which we might be able to use
yeah, I
to get
mean,
away
if
from the
there's another
Kraken.
exit, and we haven't established yet if this mountain here is like volcanic or not. Because if it's volcanic, then we just bring it inside and we do combat in the volcano, right? And we naturally have an upper hand, right? Because it's bigger than us. So naturally it's more inclined it's gonna have a harder time dodging hot magma than it would than we would, right?
That, or maybe the volcano erupts, you get your forest fire, the Kraken burns because of that.
Yeah, and then we die too. Yeah,
I
on up.
mean, weren't you saying you could fly?
Yeah,
You could fly away
I
from
mean,
the
all
magma.
right. You're saying so. Right, if we're in a volcano
I mean, no, yeah, if it
fighting a
happens.
kraken and it erupts,
I
we're
mean, then
cooked
again,
anyway.
we're arguing ifs and buts, so it's we don't even know if it's an active volcano
All right.
still.
You know what? Let's just go inside and we'll deal
Yeah.
with this
As you're
later.
having this conversation, a creature approaches, and a large elk with intertwined antlers standing from hoof to shoulder, probably about 6 or 7 feet off the ground, and kind of makes that loud bellowing sound out into the early dawn. Kind of picks at a couple of low hanging branches and eats a couple of leaves, and stops around 30 feet from you and just kind of like turns its head as it's chewing and looks in your direction. And then kind of goes back to the tree and kind of scratches the side of it with its antlers.
I look down at Fan. It's your turn.
Got you, bro. I got you, man. I'm gonna go down. I mean, being in like not all animals understand each other, do they?
I mean,
I think that's a little racist of you.
it's a fantasy world.
A little bit.
I mean, if
As
you
a-
have speak with animals, you could do that.
Well,
I
that's what
do.
I was
I'm not the
assuming.
speak with animals kind of druid.
A
That's not.
druid. You're to eat the animals kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You see, I was assuming that you did have speak with animals.
Because I'm a
Wow,
lizard
you
person?
assume.
I'm a
No,
lizard
because you're
person?
a druid.
No, I'm a star druid.
I mean, Louise is a ranger and can talk to animals.
Well, Luis is dumb.
The elk kind of moves like past you, like moving only a few feet from you, without even like paying you much mind. Just kind of turns its head a little bit as it walks by, still chewing on the leaves it was eating, and walks over to the base of the cliff where the large boulders begin, and like kind of puts its hoof up on one of the boulders, like almost like it's stretching for a moment, like it's trying to put back in like a dislocated shoulder or something. It's doing this weird motion and puts its hoof back on the ground and kind of shakes a little bit, and a bunch of sparkles come off of its antlers as it shakes its head back and forth, and then it's kind of like moves on back towards the forest.
All right.
So you are you going up the cliff?
Yeah, I guess so.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the boulders are easy enough. You kind of jump up on top of them and climb up, and you get maybe about 30 or 40 feet up. The opening is maybe 120 feet up. So about 80 feet of this is cliff side that has to be climbed. Is there anything in particular that you're doing to get up to make it more safe? It's not a complete 90-degree angle down, and there's like possibly some hand and footholds, but it would be a group athletics check if you want to just go, or anything else that you're doing to protect yourselves.
So I'm using my slippers of spider climbing.
Quick question, Tims. Are there like a few like smaller animals around, like squirrels, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean they're not like everywhere, but yeah, there's definitely woodland creatures here.
Could I shoot a few, get my tokens?
Sure. Yeah. What's your minimum attack if you were to make an attack roll? A 13?
I have a plus
one?
12.
Okay.
Yeah, natural one.
Gotcha.
But then again, I was going to be like, oh, I'll just steady him, and I get triple advantage because of elven accuracy. So I rolled 3 dice. Pick the best one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, all right, man. Whatever.
All right, easy enough to do. While you're shooting the third squirrel that you find, an eagle actually sweeps down, similar to the one that Fan turned into. Is it Fam?
Fan.
Fan. Fan. I don't know why I'm asking. It's right there on my screen. So it's an eagle kind of swoops down. It's not a giant eagle, but it's like a regular sized eagle. Kind of swoops down and picks up the second corpse that you had killed.
I don't need the actual corpse.
That's fine. Just kind of swoops down. It like almost in slow motion turns and makes eye contact with you, Kellen. Like you kind of notice it looking directly at you. There's a little bit of a sheen and sparkle in its right eye, and then
wait, guys, I just realized, since they're all like a cannibalistic cult and they're doing a ritual, do you maybe think they're like the two of you that can turn into animals? Because I swear that eagle just looked at me when it flew away. And
That's
the
a
deer
good point.
just before just stretched.
I mean, I feel like an animal can look at you, but it doesn't make it suspicious. It's just an animal.
It was flying away and looked back at me.
I mean, you're kind of ugly.
You're not,
Says the
man.
horse.
You're not.
I'm not a horse anymore.
I mean, you still have a horse face.
Wow, shots fired, bro.
Well played, mate. I can.
Yeah, let's go in.
Let's go. Let's go.
So I'll use one of my tokens to fly up.
Okay. You have a fly speed now? What's your fly speed?
20 feet.
20 feet?
Yeah.
I
So
have.
basically, I killed the squirrels to get my tokens back because I can use them to use my features more times. So that's why I wanted that.
Gotcha.
That-
And
I
just
have
so you know...
mold earth.
Oh. You mold earth?
Yeah, I'll use mold earth as I climb. I'm going old school. So.
Okay. It does take a few minutes to find the 3. How many squirrels did you want? Just 1 or 2 or 3? 4?
However many before we decide the Kraken's too close and we
It
get
says
away.
I'm gonna say it takes you 10 minutes per squirrel. So you tell me how many you want.
Guess we'll go with 3.
Okay. So you take 30 minutes to kill the 3 squirrels. That's the time it took you to get
I mean,
here.
during that time, they'd be climbing up, so I guess I...
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you were still at the bottom, the last to go up. What is Coda doing to get up specifically?
I'm using my slippers of spider climbing.
Oh, okay. So you just walk up the side of it.
I'm just walking up the side, yeah.
And then you're shaping earth, so you're using dirt to give yourself like these footholds to kind of climb up the side. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm not going to ask for a roll then. Those are all pretty good ways of getting up there. I guess we'll come back to Kellen, who at this moment, at the end of these 30 minutes, although actually in that time you guys would have gotten to the top and investigated what's on the inside. So we'll come back to Kellen at the bottom, finding these 3 scrolls. So this conversation would have been had them at the top and you at the bottom as the second scroll was picked up.
I said I was hunting scrolls, but they like the tokens don't go away like after a long rest, stuff like that. So I guess I would have some left over, but I just don't right now since it's my first time playing this character. So
roll a d4 minus 1.
D4 minus 1. All right. I'll just roll D4 and do the minus 1. So 0.
So
that's all.
Hey, I gave you the opportunity to get him up to 3. So, so you guys get to the top and you look inside, and this is a like a carved out chamber, but for some reason the entrance is perfectly square. So like maybe with tools it was made by dwarves or something. There are 2 large, like oversized torches on the inside, almost like torches for giants, that are kind of set into the walls in torch holders on the left and right hand side. And there are 4 stone crudely made statues. When you first walk in, you're kind of looking around being cautious to see kind of what this entryway looks like, but it's not just an entryway, it's just a big opening with a large round room. There is a square like pressure plate right on the inside of this 20-foot wide opening, which you can easily walk around. So I'm assuming you do. You walk around the sides of it. Going into this large room, there is a statue of like a bear, kind of like up on its hind legs in this like, ferocious position. There is a statue of an eagle. It looks like it's about to land like in the water to maybe catch a fish out of the water. There's a statue of a tall, regal elk off to one side, and also one of a large land tortoise.
One of a large what?
A land tortoise.
Oh.
The one that died. No.
Wait, so does that mean that the cannibals god is gonna come out to kill the Kraken now, and we're gonna have a kaiju fight?
Dude, all of a sudden, I'm super cool with just leaving.
Just leaving.
I'm super cool with just like going to the top of the volcano and sitting on the edge and just watching this kaiju fight. Before we go any further, I would like to snap my fingers and summon Tiki.
Okay.
Tiki is my wildfire spirit. Basically, he's not like an animal. He's basically like a floating fireball with a blackened deer head. Is the best way to describe him. Like a stag head. So it has like blackened antlers that are surrounded by fire, and the actual skull itself is surrounded by fire. Just to be cautious, just to have him up.
Okay. Appears in the space.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, is Kellen up at this point? Or are we just...
No, he still has another 20 or so minutes before he gets up to you guys.
Okay.
There's more going on here than what we thought initially.
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like... I mean, one of them looks like the tortoise that we saw when we got to the beach, and I kind of treated like pretty poorly.
I'm glad we didn't eat it at least.
Well, yeah. And then the other one looks like the elk that was just outside and kind of like give us a nod, like it knew what we were doing, and then just kind of walked away.
Oh, maybe these spirit animals want this cult gone too.
I mean, maybe, but then what's the temple for, right? If
The
temple's
temple
for
is
them,
natural. Just because it's here doesn't mean that the cultists made it. They could have inhabited it afterwards. Now they're disrespecting the ancestral guardians of this island.
yeah, I could see that. I can see that. You know, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
No, the stars are guiding us exactly where we need to be through all of this catastrophe.
Yep.
Where's where's Coda? No, you're Coda. Where's Kellen?
Kind of look
I think
down
he's.
outside, and you can see down into the forest. You see, or Kellen, what do they see as you're hunting your final squirrel?
Just I am with my heavy crossbow, just taking a second to be sure I have it in my like actually have it and I'm able to shoot a clean shot and just they hear the big sound
What's
from the
he,
crossbow as it fires.
what's he doing?
From your vantage point, you look off to the right hand side, like basically the direction where you came from, and maybe about 1,000 feet off from Kellen, you see just the moving through
It's
the
just still
forest.
coming.
It's still coming.
Man, he really needs to hurry.
And you said that was my final squirrel,
Your
right?
final squirrel. Yep.
Yeah. So then I is it Ghost? What's the name again? Ghost walk and start flying up.
Okay. So you go swat. You just how? What's your movement speed? In
It's 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay.
Yes,
So
okay,
just,
but
like-
I can triple dash, so 60 feet per round.
Okay, gotcha. So you start like gliding up towards the entrance. Yeah. So you make it up right up to the top, and your friends are waiting on the inside, and the same kind of visual greets you on the inside.
I love it when you do that. It's very, very transcendent, bro.
You do know that when I do that, I'm basically half dead, so guess you're right, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right.
I guess
all right, let's go inside.
when I'm like that, I could be like one of your spirits that you summon when you get real angry.
Ancestors guide your path, brother. Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Nothing. No, nothing. No.
You guys always get so quiet and weird. Really throw off the vibe.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go inside and show Kellen what we saw earlier.
We talked about it a little bit. So I think my theory, these are the spirit animals of the island, and this cult has inhabited it. And they're pretty much desecrating, what these creatures stand for. And now
Wait.
we're gonna have to lay to rest, these cultists and the abhorrent actions that they've taken in this divine temple.
Wait, so does that mean that eagle that looked at me could have been one of these spiritual animals?
Oh, bro, that's exactly what it could be. They are guiding us. The ancestors are here for us.
Kellen, when you step inside the room and as you're having this conversation, you look over towards the back, like opposite of where the entryway is. These large torches, which are casting some shadows because these statues are rather big. The statue of the elk is casting a shadow against one side, and like where the shadow is, there's an opening in the floor with a light glow coming from it. And the opening, even from this perspective, you can tell is probably about 3 to 4 feet across, and it's kind of round. It's just a opening
Hey,
in the floor.
guys, do you see that light? That light over there, that small opening?
See what?
Well, now
Just
I
over
do.
there, by close to the stag statue.
Is it
Right.
dim light right now?
No, I mean there's torches in this room that light up the whole inside.
And
of,
we have Tiki, who I assume emits light, right?
Jason.
Yes, he does. Sorry, I was looking at hit the stat block, because I was reminding myself what commands that I could give it. Yes,
Blue-ish
it
up.
does emit like a dim light, of like I think 10 feet or so.
Dim light, not bright.
it might be bright 10 and dim 10. Let me see.
But regardless, you do get some light in this space. So if you
Yeah,
wanted to
it
send
doesn't
Tiki
explicitly
over,
say it. It looks like, but I'd imagine for flavor's sake, we'll get a little bit.
yeah.
Like a torch, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I don't need to know what the rules are. I'll say that it casts enough light where if you were to send Tiki over there, it could illuminate what this hole is
Yeah.
from like 15, 20 feet away. The room itself is probably about 30 feet wide, about 20 feet deep.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that. Maybe like 40 by 30. It's roundish, ovalish.
I mean, I think we just go in, but we just watch our step, make sure we're not walking into any like traps or anything. But at this point, we've got nothing better to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow the path before us.
Okay. So you head over to this opening that's in the floor, and there's an incredible amount of heat coming from it. And you immediately smell like sulfur coming from this opening. And even from this perspective, like with the passive perception, I don't know what Coda's is, but Kellen's is 24.
Mine's a 19.
Okay.
Mine's a 21.
Fans is your passive is, I thought it was 20. Your passive
Passive
perception
is
is
20.
20.
Mine says 21.
It should be your perception bonus plus 10.
Oh, it's 21 now. That's weird. You must have added
I
something.
I might have added the luck stone after because
Oh yeah, that's the plus 1.
Gotcha. Okay. Looking down, there's like the reflection of some kind of light coming from far below, but you can't. It's not like flickering firelight or anything, but there is an incredible amount of heat coming out of this opening. I'm not sure where it leads. It's big enough for any one of you to fit into. The only other thing of note is that these statues are on short, like 1 foot high. I don't want to call them pedestal, but it's like a base that a statue would be on. And they're all square, and they are the exact same size as the pressure plate that is at the entrance of this, the opening of this cave.
Okay.
The statue's probably up, like the eagle one. The statue probably weighs like 300 or 400 pounds, and the largest being the elk. Actually, it probably weighs more than the bear one does because the elk is quite large. Could weigh 12 to 1,500 pounds.
So we saw the first pressure plate in the top row. No, there's this one down here.
You haven't gone into the hole. You're still in this one room. The one and only room that you've walked into so far. So it was in the side of the mountain, a square 20 foot by 20 foot opening. You climbed up into it. There was a pressure plate. You're in a circular oval type room. In that room, there's a hole towards the back across from the opening. They're the main entrance. And you've got your 4 statues, the 2 torches on the side. That's all you've seen so far.
Oh.
Du hast.
I can't even check. You know what's funny? I'm looking at like Coda's spell list and like looking just at who he is. And even though he's level 13, I'm looking at like his proficiencies and stuff, and I'm like, man, Xander would body this kid. But anyway, I can't even cast like detect magic to see if there's stuff around. Like if there's like magic on the pressure plates. I guess Kellen, could you make sure that these aren't trapped and they might be actually like part of a little puzzle that we're supposed to figure out or something like that?
Yeah, I'll do that. Good idea. And I'll check the pressure plate if they're linked to a trap, something like that.
Make an investigation check for me. 24. There is definitely a mechanism associated with this pressure plate. I mean, it is a pressure plate. It seems it's very obviously situated. And it seems pretty silly that these statues would be put here at the exact same size as the pressure plate, but you're not sure if the pressure plate will do anything if anyone steps on it. You do manage to like get your. Do you have a knife, or what do you have for a?
Yeah, I
a
have
a knife.
2 daggers. I have thieves' tools as well.
You feel that the pressure plate is not triggering something mechanical, but it is probably something arcane. You don't know what school or what it will do.
Yeah, I know enough about magic anyway. Yeah, don't know if it's a trap, but I do know that it's magical.
All right.
Very interesting.
Man, I can't even like. I don't have like. Oh. All right, there's a vision. There's a vision. I've got a vision. All
Isn't
right.
Fan the one who usually gets vision?
What if
Hey.
I conjured animals and had them step on the pressure plates for us?
You conjure the specific like animals, like an elk, a bear, stuff like that.
No, no. Just
Random animals.
yeah, I mean, I could theoretically do that. I'm Tim. If things are of a similar or lower challenge rating for the spell conjure animals, would I be able to make different animals with one spell?
You
I
mean
think they
multiple?
need to be of the same challenge rating.
So it says one beast of challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower, da 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 da, right? So like if I wanted to make 4 beasts of challenge rating 1.5 or lower, right?
Yeah.
Could I make like
4
no,
different
I
animals.
can. Yeah, I can because it's
Yeah.
1.5 or lower.
Yeah, you
So I
totally
can
can do
Yeah,
make
good.
so I can make a black bear, I can make an elk, I could make
A
let me see.
tortoise,
I can make
an
a
eagle,
tortoise
and an
and I
eagle.
could make an eagle.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
make all 4 if we wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And even if you couldn't do it with like those, you could upcast it to them.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
can do it with just a base conjure animals. So
All right.
I'll do that with a base conjure animals to try and get us moving here because we do have a kraken on our butts.
Speaking of which, at this point, of all the time you've spent talking about all of this, the sound of the slithering has stopped.
It is waiting outside the temple. It is
How
totally
fast is
waiting
it?
outside the temple.
And
Like 5 minutes ago, it was 1,000 feet away.
5 minutes is a long time to travel 1,000
It has
feet.
freedom. It has freedom of movement and it's dashing, dude.
It's still not a land
What do you mean?
creature.
If it moved 20 feet per turn and it's dashing, it's 40 feet in 6 seconds. So every 18
Oh, yeah.
seconds, it's moving 120 feet. It could burn through 1,000 feet in a minute. A little
Well,
over a
it's
minute.
400.
but
Yeah,
within it.
it's like 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Also,
still,
while dashing, its movement speed is 40 feet, not 20.
I know. Well, that's
Yeah, so a
right.
minute
That's
and a
right.
half.
Yeah.
Over, yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'll do that. I'll conjure animals.
There
While
is-
he's doing that, can I look around the room to see if there's anything else, like any kind of spiritual or like, natural meaning behind anything? Like, is there anything to like infer from this cave, like these statues and anything, like as far as like a holistic, like one with nature type vibe? Like,
Sure.
trying to discern like anything I can.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
not my best feature.
I mean, you're investigating the chamber, the statues, the walls, the ceiling, everything around to
Correct.
see if there's
Yeah.
anything
I'm
that you
just
can find.
I'm just trying to phrase it so like I'm looking more like spiritually, not like, like mechanical or everything, like getting a feel for the temple, like talk to me, speak with me, spirits, like what do you need from us? Like what can we do? Like kind of communing type thing, but
Okay. Then I won't ask for an investigation check. I will ask for either a nature check or a religion check.
yeah.
And I will interpret whatever happens after you roll. 23 on nature. Okay. So there are a number of natural things that are in here, but they are not in their natural habitat. You see that underneath the claws of the eagle, there is a small, very, very small basin that was very easily missed with the shadows that are being cast in here. It seems to be made of the same stone, and almost like one of the claws or the talons underneath the eagle has been like shaped in a way where this basin fits perfectly, and there's a bit of brackish liquid on the inside with a singular eyeball that seems to be spinning in place with a bit of steam coming up from this basin, and you smell this pungent scent, and you almost get drawn closer to the eagle as you get closer to it. And interestingly enough, you get a warm sense of satisfaction as there's a deep inhalation of breath, and you find yourself like pulled away from the eagle, like as though some kind of supernatural force was enticing you to go to it. And as you look down at the base, the eyeball's gone. The basin remains, as does the brackish liquid.
Are you Vecna?
Oh, they're summoning Vecna. Guys.
Something is happening here. Something not right with nature. The spirit.
Sorry. The other statues also have similar basins, but you'd have to get closer to inspect them.
The spirits are telling us, look at these basins. There's something is happening. Like the spirits are talking. Coda, open your mind to the natural environment. Stop trying to.
Mike, what was in this one? Talking about the one that you just looked in.
It's some brackish, weird stuff, man. Like an eyeball. Look here. Come here. You look. Take a look.
I'll look into the basin
Of the eagle?
This is after I've casted it, by the way. So
After so you have the animals that are in there with you now.
Yeah, they're in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're just kind of like milling around, waiting for your command to do their thing.
Yeah.
You do hear on the outside of the cave the.
Oh man,
It's climbing up.
I mean, this thing is massive. One of its tentacles from the ground could reach all the way up, like into the opening, but you hear the sound of suction cups on stone outside. As you look down and you get closer to the basin, a singular, like, grease-covered eyeball just kind of rolls up out of the darkness in the basin, just kind of looks at you, and then folds away back down into the darkness.
All right, animals are gonna do their thing, and I'm putting them all in the pressure plates.
Wait, you're putting all four of them on the pressure plate?
No, not on the same one.
There's one pressure plate?
There's one pressure plate.
Oh, I thought it was like one for each animal.
I thought there was one. Well, I thought because we're in another room now.
No,
there was one in the first room, right?
No, you're not. Oh. There's only just the one room that you've been in.
Oh,
you're in the same room.
I thought we went into the heat room.
No,
is the liquid familiar to me, or is it just a brackish, like gross looking liquid?
With your 23 on nature, it's blood.
That's what I thought. Okay, and then the other basins, I want to inspect them.
Sure. So you go over to they all have blood in them.
Look
Make
at
it
the
quick.
basins. Look
Make
at the
it quick.
basins.
Yeah, let's make it quick. Let's all go and look at one. Let's make this quick.
All right.
Okay. You go over to the one with the bear, and there's a tiny hand that comes up out of it, just kind of like
Little baby hand.
comes out, like a little baby hand comes out of it,
Little
and just
baby
kind
hand.
of goes like this a little bit, and then makes the motion like somebody's like when you eat cheese puffs and you have stuff on the end of your fingers and you're sucking the stuff off of it, moves one finger at a time slightly, and then kind of like jitters for a second and then back down into the blood.
That was disgusting.
The one with the elk, you kind of go over to it, and a mouth appears, like lips come up, like puckered, like they're ready to kiss something, and then the lips fold back, showing gums and sharpened teeth on the inside of this, and the gurgling sound as bubbles come up from within what would be a throat. The basin's not big enough to hold a head, so all you're seeing are this mouth come up and bubbles, almost causing the basin to overflow before it retracts back down into the basin. Again, the basin's like the size of like a teacup, maybe a tiny bit bigger than that. And then the tortoise. You see a foot with 4 toes. The big toe looking like it's been bitten off, and the stub of a bone sticking out from it kind of wiggles a little bit at you.
Oh,
And
this is disgusting. I don't even. I'll walk away.
okay,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was their lunch for the guards, maybe.
but they're moving of their own accord, and you all see it.
Yeah, I'll
So
have.
pressure blade.
Yeah. What do you want to do? One at a time or all 4?
There's only one pressure plate.
No, I think he
Yeah.
means the animals.
We can put all 4 at once or one at a time. Just see what happens.
I mean, we got the krakens. I feel like we should hurry up and maybe
The
do
pressure
all
plate-
fours now.
Pressure plate's about 4 feet by 4 feet.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll put.
Can I take one of the things out of the basin?
Which one?
I want to start with, I guess, the eagle, since I went there first. Take the
See.
eye out.
Go over to it. The eye rolls up and looks at you, and you reach down and pluck the eye out of the basin, and there's like this tendril of slime that sticks to the end of it. And it's not the viscosity of blood, it's like actual slime that comes out.
Oh, Finn!
And is it like not breaking, like it's
back.
staying?
It's like staying connected. But
Finn,
I mean, if you
put
walk
that
like
back. That's disgusting.
away,
No,
That's not a
there's
snack.
there's something happening here. And then I'm gonna pull it and look close, like trying to think. So the eagle has the eye. I'm just like naturally speaking, like there's something happening.
I mean, eagles have good sight.
Right.
What were the other
bear-
ones
the
again?
bear had the hand that was like kind of forming a bear claw. Right. It was going like this kind of.
Yeah, I get it.
Right.
Was
elk.
it
The elk
Had the foot.
had the lip.
the dead lips? Sorry.
And then the tortoise had the foot, which is, I mean, that one's kind of self-explanatory. The elk one is kind of out there, but I mean, sure, they're all kind of related to their relative spirit animal. What does that have to do with the pressure plate? I think we just step.
Oh, we
Does the
ignore the pressure plate and
statue
go further.
Have anything missing, like around the eyes at all?
does the I'm sorry, what did you say? Does
The
what?
eagle statue, not the eye isn't missing or anything like that?
So far from what you've seen, all the statues are completely intact. And although the basins look like they were made for each of these statues, the contents of them don't seem to match up with the theme of nature that is being displayed here. Like maybe the cannibals put these materials here to pervert.
Desecrate.
Exactly.
Can I cast Purify liquid or
Purified
That's not-
food and water, it's like that.
purified
I mean-
water?
Do you consider blood to be food or drink?
Well,
I mean, he's a
no,
lizard man, so yeah.
I can't. Yeah, technically, yes, I do consider it as a
Because
lizard
the
person.
one thing I loved about the like legacy version of the lizard folk, they could make stuff out of bones. Like in the race, they had
Yeah,
rules for
that was
that.
my favorite part about them. Yeah, that was super cool.
Because I don't think they have it anymore, right?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so. Not in the new version.
Yeah.
Can I have a water skin? Can I clean the eye?
Sure. Yeah.
I hope you're
Man.
spitting, man. I hope you're onto something.
And then I
Okay.
want to dump the basin from this nasty blood. Like, I don't know, it just feels wrong. It feels wrong. The spirits, like, there's something here, and I can't abide. The dude does not abide.
The dude does not abide. That's amazing. Okay, so you take your water skin and kind of pour it over the eye, and some of it follows the elongated slime that is kind of like curved at this point because it's just kind of hanging down from where you pulled it from. Follows the water down and drips onto the floor with red water droplets that hit the floor now. The eye is cleaned off. The slime has not disconnected from the eye. Do you then go
I wanna-
over and upturn the basin?
Yeah, empty the basin, put clean water, and then I want to purify the water that's in the basin with the eye in it now. So it's all want to purify this little thing.
Sure. Okay. So you easily done. You dump out the basin. There is definitely a sound that comes from the basin when you dump it out, and the
So I feel better naturally, like my
You do.
spirit feels a little cleaner.
you do feel better, and the eye that's in your hand still like dries and cracks, and the slime like disconnects from the eyeball and hits the ground, like at your feet essentially, and the eyeball is now just this dried, cracked husk of an eye. You pour some
All right.
water into the basin, and then you're gonna
All right.
cast
Yeah,
a
you know
spell.
what? That's enough for
Yeah.
me.
Is it a cantrip?
No, it's a spell, so and I'm not doing it as a ritual because that's going to take too long. So
Okay.
First level spell, right?
So you purify the water, all the
Purify
whatever remnants of the iron-like blood that's at the bottom of this basin kind of like dissipates and expands and evaporates out of the basin, and now it is clear and it's crystal clear. You can see the bottom of the basin now. This is from the eagle. The eagle, right before your eyes, emerges from the stone. The stone peels away and like cracks, and sand falls from it, and an eagle perched on the top of this like wooden stick that is sticking out of a stone base at the bottom, right? Just kind of like perches there for a second and kind of shakes its head a bit, and you see a twinkle in its eye, and you hear the sound of an eagle kind of crying out in the distance out in the forest, and the eagle kind of like cleans itself a little bit and doesn't talk. It's an eagle, so it's just sitting there.
right, that makes
It's not like this is a god or something like that. It's going to start talking to you. It's an eagle, but you've seemingly set it free from whatever it was set on. But it remains perched, and then after it cleans itself and kind of moves its feathers, you see it like broaden out its wingspan and brings it back in, folds, and then perches there and closes its eyes.
All right, works for me. And I will spill out another basin. And I'll fill it up with water from my water skin.
Okay. Are you casting purify water?
I don't have
as well?
it.
I will cast it again. I can do it 4 times.
I was gonna do it at the bear one.
How
I mean,
convenient.
you
Yeah,
could
I
have
mean-
cast it, I believe, as well. Just, you don't get extra effects.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure you could have upcast the spell to do it more than 4 times.
Oh, yeah, I can use higher slots. You're right.
So are you doing that for all 4 of them?
Yeah, actually, what I'm gonna say is, bring them all close together, and then I can do all food and drink within a 5-foot radius. I'll do all of the other 3 at once in
Nice.
this 5-foot radius.
So you find that the statues are relatively easy to slide on the floor. They all kind of like move into the center, and a small hand, a foot, and even the like almost like someone had taken a sword or a knife and cut off the front of someone's face. You see like the inside of a mouth hit the ground, as well as a small hand with the bloodied end of it kind of sticking out, and the foot as well hits the ground. You fill them all with water, cast your purification. There's the sound as each one is poured out. Cast your purification, and one by one, a black bear just kind of like makes a noise in the cave. It's a little bit creepy because it's not like a full bear roar. And the elk makes its I definitely can't make the sound that an elk makes out in the forest, but it's like that customary. That might be a dying reindeer. I'm not sure, but
I was going to say dying horse.
Yeah, it's that high pitched sound that elks make. Makes that noise, and then the tortoise just kind of like stamps its feet, and all the dust and from the stone that it was kind of piles off to the side, and all of them stand expectantly on their various bases. And now that all of them have been freed from their stone-like state, kind of like they look in your direction, but their eyes kind of like shift over towards you, and it's almost like they're smiling. And then they kind of like look back ahead. A couple of them blink, like you're at an old Disney ride where the animatronics are so old that it's like, this is creepy.
That is
I love
creepy. Okay.
But you also have your conjured animals that are in the room with you as well. So you have 2 bears, 2 eagles, 2 elks, and 2 tortoises.
Yeah. Now, we still haven't done anything with the pressure plate.
You haven't done a whole lot of anything now that you've gotten to this room. We've been in this room for like 45 minutes.
What?
I mean, that's the usual. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it is. Do the basins slide now? Like, can we push the pedestals onto this?
Yeah, the bases slid before.
Oh, well then yeah, I want to push them onto the trigger, the pressure.
So one at a time would fit onto it, unless you arrange them all so that only a quarter of each of the bases is on it. But it looks like it's designed for one at a time to be slid on it, because they're the same size as the pressure plate.
First, eagle first, see if that does anything.
Okay.
Wait, what if it's in the order of when we saw them, like when we got on the island?
Oh, very smart, bro. That's awesome. Turtle first, then.
It's turtle, elk, then eagle, and we've yet to see a bear. Maybe that's not it, actually.
I like it though. I think that's an excellent idea.
I think we do it. We're on nothing at this point. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so we push that tortoise.
You take the tortoise, and it like remains on its base as you slowly, like stone on stone, grinding, move it over, and you hear the slight click, and the front half of the pressure plate kind of like pushes up a little bit as the base slides over it, and it presses down in, and there's a very resounding as it does. You see out in the forest beyond, because the basin's probably like maybe 10 or so feet in from the lip of the main entrance that's 20 feet wide. So, but you can still see the forest, and you hear, and as you see the forest, all the trees are laying down flat out in the direction of the ocean. That all of them have been like pushed flat, like a comb has been drawn through them in every direction. You're not sure if the ones at the base of the mountain have done so, but you assume so, as all the other ones have. But in order to see, you'd have to get closer to the edge of the lip of the opening.
I mean, I could go in the ground, go towards, have my face go through, and go back up.
You could.
But then again, we just assume that the trees are all. Coda, couldn't you speak to the animals again?
I can, yeah. Right. I guess I'll cast speak with animals again.
Because you used in all your spells.
Yeah, I know. I mean, at least these are like first, second, third level spells, and they're not like super crazy spells. Yeah, I'll cast speak with animals.
Well, you've got 8 animals in the room with you, so.
Yeah. Hello. I mean,
Hello,
some of them
hello,
are fake
hello.
creatures.
That's all right.
Are my fake creatures?
That's okay.
Okay.
Buttercup was a fake creature. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So for those of you who I've summoned, thank you for coming. And for those of you who've been cleansed of a curse, thank you for being purified. What are we supposed to do here now? Is there like a greater catacombs area? For those of you who were like done dirty by the cult, was there like, do you know where they're going? Do you know what their goal is?
The fake Fey versions of the creatures that you summon don't really answer. They just kind of like look at each other, kind of confused. The tortoise, whose base you pushed over onto the pressure plate, kind of like slowly turns around in place to like try to face you because he's facing outwards towards the opening right now, but you're inside. And so he's like, as he's turning around, he's responding. It's been quite some time since I've spoken with anyone of intelligence, and thank you for releasing all of us. We have been much in need of saviors, so thank you. As far as catacombs, there's not really much in the way of catacombs. And finally now he's arrived at a position where he's actually looking at you. Took him that entire time to turn around. But as you move further in, there's quite a bit of volcanic activity and heat being generated. Was close to 20, 30 seasons ago that the cannibals overtook this island, which was once ruled by animal spirits. They have since been desecrating all of our sacred places. And the bear on the base just kind of like grunts in satisfaction of the saying of that, and the elk who just looks like sad but has like a long face, which is, sad, but that's just
Sheds a single tear.
Has a long face, but just kind of looks, squinted eyes towards Coda. Kind of looks like he's chewing on something, but there's no leaves in the air. And then the eagle, just if eagles could smile, there's a smile on the eagle's face, like as though the eagle wants to say something, but it's just refraining because the tortoise is talking right now. And so that hole at the back of the cave leads to the hottest region of the mountain, the place where all of the heat can be released, which may free all of our spirit friends on this place by, well, you know what happens when high pressures are released all at once. But anyways, our ancestors created this place so that you could place each one of us on this place and be shown the place in which you should place yourselves.
The place where we place ourselves.
They created this place to place them so we could see the place where we need to be placed. Something like that.
Yes. But
right, you'll have to explain that one to me later.
Well, I could explain it right now. I am to show you that The trees are not to be a burden if you treat them with respect, like without burning them down like others who've come through these woods before.
So I've heard, yeah. There's some real...
You will see other things if you place my friends on this place.
Can we put you all on at the same time? Is that like...
Oh, that would
Oh, wait, can I
cause
understand this,
something-
Turtle?
You cannot.
I mean, I'd be relaying information, and
So you
I'll
can-
ask any...
So do we move on to the next at this point?
When you are ready to activate the pressure in this place, you may place all of us together on this place. And this place will no longer be a place to be placed.
So like a self-destruct button.
Exactly.
Sounds like a...
Alright, Emil.
Right. So do we want to keep going, or do we want to just kind of...
Are you looking
Glow-
for something in particular?
Well, yeah. So there's basically this cannibalistic tribe or cult. Not a tribe, a cult. Tribe kind of humanizes them. They're a cult of folks who are...
Well, them
Eat-
being cannibals also humanizes them.
No, tribe is like a lighter term. Like
No,
would
but I
use-
mean, to be a cannibal, especially if we're referring to them eating humans, you also have to be human.
Ay, Dios mío. Shut up.
Well, he's not wrong.
But so we're looking for this cannibalistic cult that is using the temple presumably for a ritual that's going to summon a great evil. Right, yeah. So we're here to kind of put that to bed. But if you're aware that maybe they're like in the basement or something, then we could just blow it up right now and be done with it.
Oh, well, they've been...
But oh, go ahead.
They took a special interest in the old temple, which is just a little bit further east from here, but there is a secret entrance to it. But only the sound of all the elks can open the secret entrance to get inside. They have tunnels they dug inside to the underground temple, and they stretch from the town, but the fastest and easiest way to get there is by opening it yourselves. Placing my
Van starts pushing the turtle off the pressure plate.
Oh, okay. Well, and as you do, the trees start standing back up again all the way.
And it was all that the trees opened all the way to the shoreline, you said, right?
They did.
Okay.
Well, they laid down like flat. Like they didn't break. They just like bent unnaturally down.
Like a
the ground.
pop-up book, like where you open the page and
Yes.
they all laid down or whatever it is. All right. Thank you, Brother Turtle. I appreciate that. Tortoise, you're so wise. Let's push the elk on there, yeah, bro.
My name is Ormus. It's a pleasure to
Oh.
meet you.
The pleasure's all mine, Brother Oramus.
The pleasure's all his, Brother Oramus.
We're all brothers now. You were originally animals in a previous life.
Yeah, I totally was. I am one with nature. And
Aren't you
all things
still
cosmic.
kind of a lizard?
And I'm also kind of a lizard person, so like it works out.
Okay. As you're contemplating life and which animal are you moving onto the pedestal or onto the thing now? The
He said
pressure
the
plate?
elk.
The elk. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
say
the eagle seemed to want to talk, but was holding himself also.
Yeah, but the
that's true.
elk can open the passageway. So
Alex is like, let's get this one shot over with. It's not fun enough. There's not enough combat.
no, I'm having a great time. But
Yeah.
there's
Let's get
a
this over with.
kraken
I'm not playing a
outside.
bard, so
There's
it's
a kraken
boring.
Yeah, there's a crack. So like fan knows we've got some business to take care of. Love you, brother turtle, but like not trying to be cracking food tonight. You know what I'm saying? I want to live to see the stars again.
That's true. On that note, we're going to take our break. Okay. So, in the interest of time, you take the statue of the elk and its base, and you kind of move it over onto the pressure plate, and immediately you hear the sound of dozens and dozens of elk out throughout the forest, making their cries out into the sky. And at this point, the sun has started to come up a little bit more, so the shadow of the mountain is still cascading out over the forest, but you can see little bits of light kind of cascading on the outskirts of the shadow. And as you do, the forest floor begins to shake, like in a particular spot, with like a few hundred feet, like maybe 1,000, 1,200 feet out from the base of the mountain, and the ground opens up, and like 100 foot by 100 foot, like just the sliding plates start cascading out, trees start falling down, and the cries of the elk go out and ring out throughout the forest even more. And an eye pokes its way over the top of the lip of the opening of this, as the kraken and its giant maw and the sound of the clacking of the beaks together shows up at the entrance of this. I would like you all to roll initiative.
Do we have tokens we need to select?
Oh boy. I am roll initiative. I am the king of rolling initiative, actually.
There's no tokens. There is no...
Oh, that's trash.
There's no
that
map.
was good. That was really good, dude.
Let me get some... I have not rolled initiative without having a token to click on before. How do I do that?
Oh, right. It's on the same for you.
How is there not a way to roll initiative from...
I mean, you could treat it like a dot token and...
You're right, I could totally do that. That's a great idea.
I know, I'm great.
Don't let him have good ideas. All right? Remember,
all right, so we're fighting the Kraken right now,
Canadian.
guys.
He's Canadian. We take everything from them. Okay? It's your idea, Tim. It's your idea.
Okay. The Kraken...
I also have an idea for you. Free healthcare? Don't know if you heard about it.
All right. So what did you guys all get? We got Kellen. Wow. Wait, no. Fan at 23.
Yeah.
And then...
Wait, no, that's a nature check.
Wait.
23.
Oh, so it is. Where is Fan's initiative roll?
I rolled it, but the internet's being funny, so I think I got interrupted, so it didn't post. It's 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
Fan at a 6 and Coda at a 4. Top of the round is Kellen. You see this, it's like rearing back, ready to do something. See one of the tentacles like way out, like pulled away from the cliff, like it's about to shove its tentacle inwards to strike at you. It does look damaged. It looks like it's taken a beating from something. You're not quite sure what, though.
Right. Yes, I'll shoot the tentacle with my crossbow.
Okay.
And use the where is it? Squire of Solemnia feature to give myself advantage on the attack.
Okay.
No, that's the damage. Sorry. Wrong one. Does a 31 hit?
A 31 does hit. And so you did
Right,
16
so-
points of damage?
16 plus, since I advantage, my sneak attack
Okay.
plus the DA from the squire.
7d6 sneak
Yeah,
attack.
11, 13 rogue.
45 points of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. 45 points of damage, and I'll bonus action, ghost walk, and into the ground I go. and
Okay.
my turn there, so I take a D10 of damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for that. Next up on the initiative, so it shoots into the tentacle, and the tentacle kind of like writhes a bit. That was like a lot of damage, so it like really hurt it a lot, and it's like gurgling. Fan, you are up next.
Oh wow, that quick, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, well then, Fan, you see him like stare up at the ceiling. He's like, "Stars shine upon me," and then he begins to glow, and like the every star point on his like joints begins to brightly shine, and then a silvery line connects each one, so he looks like a constellation in the sky as he takes his starry form. And as he does so, you can see a bow and arrow kind of shine in his chest. And for a bonus action, I will. Oh wait, no, yeah. And then part of activating my star form, I shoot out a beam of light energy shoots from my chest. Range spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow. So, what's that? Wisdom,
Wisdom
right?
plus
Wisdom
proficiency.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you go to your spell
Oh, that's
section,
aggravating.
you
It
should
should
have
then-
at the top.
just the spell attack. Yeah. 20.
20 does hit.
Woo! And that is going to do. I believe it is 1d8 plus 5. Oh, whack. 6 radiant damage. Super cool.
6 radiant damage. Okay.
And then how far away is this thing?
It from you, it's like, I don't know how far back into the. You probably weren't. No, you just finished pushing the elk onto it, so it's like 10, 15 feet from you.
Okay. I want to run up to it,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit it with my mace.
Okay, it's massive, and it's just the mouth
Yep.
with the beaks like coming in towards you. Just like take your mace and go in for the slam right on it, right in its mouth.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Ooh, actually, no, I'm not gonna hit it. I'm gonna move forward, and then I'm gonna hold my mace up, and it like, as you look at the mace, there's like, on the face of it, like the largest part where I would hit someone is like a face, and it looks like it's in agony. And as I stand there, I'll be like, "Ancestors, guide my light," and then I'm just gonna I'm gonna use my mace. It's a mace of terror, so I can use an action to expend 1 charge and release a wave of terror in a 30-foot radius. It has to succeed on DC 15 Wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
or be frightened of me. Huh? What is it? Hello?
Hello.
What, did I miss something?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's rolled a 15.
Ah, biscuits. All right, so then it's not frightened. All right, but yeah, so now I'm just standing up there.
You didn't
Say
do
if
any
they're
damage.
all
It was
glowy.
just the.
It's an action to expend 1 charge and release the wave.
Okay. Man, I
There.
feel like everybody like
I have to, while holding it, I use my action, so I can't attack.
everybody's having problems with Zoom. Like you just froze. and then came back and you were talking.
Yeah, mine's an internet thing right now because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
in this little back house. So.
Gotcha.
I'm not the only one with internet issues.
No, apparently not.
Anyways,
That's my.
so the wave kind of radiates out. Look at Felix's wonderful smile just plastered on his face right now. It's great. He's just super happy. Yeah, and it seems to like start to take effect, and then it rears back like it's like screams into the opening, and you just smell like dead fish and rotting corpses. The smell of it just out into the cave. Next up on the initiative order is Coda with a 4.
Dang. What did this thing roll?
It rolled a 2.
Nerd.
Okay. I would like to cast Polymorph.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Okay. What's the saving throw on that?
Wisdom saving throw of 19.
It's 22.
No way.
Watch the video back after I post it. You'll see. I'm not lying.
Oh.
Wait. I use my reaction. As a circle of stars, cosmic omen. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make an attack roll, saving throw, an ability check, you can use your reaction to roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from the total.
And what's your DC? 18?
It's 19.
Oh.
So you need to roll. You need to
A
roll
4.
4 or higher.
All right, so here goes one of my uses of cosmic omen. That's a 5. Baby.
Yes, dude. No. Dude,
All
that's
right.
clutch.
All
That's
right.
so clutch.
It's going to use legendary resistance.
Okay, that's hey, that's fine. That's
Oh,
huge.
what a
No, that's
dick
huge
thing.
news. I mean, Polymorph is only a level 4 spell for me. I can use it 2 more times. Okay, so that was
your
my
action?
that was my action. My bonus action, I guess. Is there anybody super like close to the Kraken as it stands?
Just
I'm
fan.
probably the closest.
And you want to be close.
Yeah, I'm about to rage on the next turn.
Right. Okay. So then, with that, then instead of having Tiki do anything, what I'll do then is I will command the Fey creatures to go and attack the Kraken.
Why does it say this thing has immunity to physical damage?
Because he's soft.
It's a damage immunity is physical. So that means that unless
Wait,
that
wouldn't it be like from non-magical sources, maybe?
Yeah, it's non-magical. Probably.
it usually calls out non-magical.
Damage immunity, lightning. Yeah, it does say because you mean the Kraken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says damage immunity, lightning, bludgeoning,
say-
piercing,
Oh,
and slashing
yes.
from non-magical attacks.
Attacks. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
so-
Felix can have the
Damn,
stat
so-
block pulled up at the same time as
I
he's
mean,
fighting
it-
it. It's fun. But
No, I
yeah,
just pulled it up there since you talked about it and
I
was like, wait,
appreciate
that doesn't
I'm-
make sense. Like,
I'm messing
a
with
whole creature immune to weapon attacks, that's
Mhm.
insane. Casters, hey, Marshall is already much worse than
Yep.
Cast.
you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess then I'll command the Fey creatures to go and attack, which is gonna be a little silly, because the damage is gonna be pretty much negligible, and I have to
magical.
pull up. I have to pull up 4 separate stat blocks.
How
for
about
this.
instead of doing that, we'll say that they each have a +5 to hit. You can roll 4d20, and
Perfect.
and then they all do 1d6 + 2 damage. I highly doubt it's more. Maybe more than that. Maybe it's
It might be like the bear might have like 2d6 for multi-attack or something. It's not.
I mean, usually bears do have multi-attack to like a claw and a bite, I believe.
All right.
Sure.
2 of them are gonna miss. Does a 19 hit and does a 21 hit?
The 19 and 21 both hit. And roll a
Okay.
fifth one because the bear probably has multi-attack.
Okay.
Wait,
Just to kind of skip over
I know I
this.
missed a bit because I
Missed.
was getting disconnected and stuff like that. Didn't Jason try and cast polymorph?
It
Yeah.
rolled a 22, and then...
Yeah, but polymorph is a concentration spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you cast a concentration spell, you start to concentrate on it as soon as you start casting it. So you'd have lost concentration on Conjure Animal.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So I wouldn't have them. Okay.
Wow. Look at this
Look at
guy.
All right. Dude,
This man
whose
coming
side is
out.
he even on, dude? All right, yeah. So then, at that rate, I'll just have Tiki spit a flame seed at this
Sure.
thing, which is a 23 to hit.
23 hits, yeah.
So it does. Did that roll? It didn't. 7 points of fire damage.
Okay, 7 points of fire damage.
Okay, and that's the end of my turn.
Awesome.
Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah. That's
Oh.
it.
That's so funny that I wasn't using legendary actions after each of your turns. At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action, and then it will be its turn.
Okay.
It's because I wasn't using them at all, because, you know, that's interesting. It's going to use all 3 of its legendary actions to use Ink Cloud. Oh, I can only do that in water. Never mind.
Nerd.
Let's see. Lightning Storm. 3 bolts of lightning. Each of which can strike a target can see with 120 feet. Targets. You need. So I need all 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
I'm in the ground.
I need 2 of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
I have advantage on this.
Okay.
Is it? It's not a spell, right?
No, it's an innate
Okay.
ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, boy.
A
22.
19.
19 is a failure. 22
Holy.
is 22 is also a failure.
What?
What?
It's a kraken.
What's this? What's this DC? Holy!
The DC is
22
23.
is a fail.
23 is the DC.
Oh
on
my
this.
god!
I'll just tell you because it's the one shot. Okay. Can I?
22.
Oh boy, howdy.
So you both take 25 points of lightning. Lightning damage. As the lightning bolts come in from the sky out of nowhere at you guys. That was its legendary action. Now it's its turn. So it's going to make a. You're. Kellen is in the ground. There's only 2 individuals to target in this space right now, which is unfortunate. First, tentacle attack is going to come in towards Coda.
Oh, would it have affected Tiki as well? Should I roll dex for Tiki?
Oh, yeah. You know what the DC
Oh, that's-
is.
Yeah, it's a fail.
So 25 points of lightning damage.
Thing pops.
First attack.
Did Tiki survive?
Yes.
Nice.
First tentacle attack comes in towards Coda. This giant, massive tentacle that's almost the size of the opening comes in to strike at you. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And the damage... Why does that seem like it's way less than what it should be? Oh, it's not way less. It is 21 points of bludgeoning damage. How much health does Coda have?
Less than half at this point.
Oh, okay. That's fine. It'll probably be dead next round. Maybe. You are considered grappled. The next tentacle attack is going to come in towards Fan.
Okay.
Roll Roll. That's a 19 to hit.
That is my armor class.
Okay. 17 points of damage. You are also grappled. So this tentacles like reach in, grabs onto the both of you. As its final action, it can substitute one of its tentacle attacks, one of its 3 tentacle attacks, to fling. One large or smaller object held or creature grappled by the Kraken is thrown up to 60 feet in a random direction and knocked prone. If the thrown target strikes a solid surface, the target takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet it was thrown.
Oh my god,
the
don't
target-
throw him off the
If
cliff!
the target is thrown at another creature, that creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take the same damage and be knocked prone. So I'm going to roll a d4. So this is going to throw... It's going to throw Fan.
Nice.
And Fan, roll a d4 for me. If you roll a 2, you're going to be thrown towards Kodo. If you roll a 3, you're going to be thrown out of the cave, out into the forest below. 4! Wow, so a 1 or a 4 was actually the best thing you could roll. So you get thrown to the left side, so you like get thrown up against the wall. You move just 10 feet. Let's see. So you only take 1d6 damage,
Okay.
which is actually like pretty good. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You are prone, knocked prone.
Okay.
And you are not grappled. That is the end of the Kraken's turn. The top of the round is Kellen.
I have to say, since got out a bit, when you started talking about the Kraken flaying people, I couldn't hear what happened, so I looked it up.
Oh, and he freezes. Yep. Well, we'll wait for him to come back.
Hold on. That's a good one. That looks like an actually.
Did you see the water bottle one I posted?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this quick.
He's back.
Alright, yeah. So,
It is your turn.
yeah, so I'll come out of the ground, shoot it again, go back into
Wow, you're just leaving your teammates to just take all the damage from this Kraken. Okay.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, how far is it from me?
How far into the cave? The cave is 30 feet deep. How far into the cave do you want to be? No, he froze again. Oh, he's back. Cave is 30 feet deep. How far into the cave do you want to be? You can be as far away from it, up to 30 feet away from it if you want to be.
Yeah, no, I guess would have been a statue and just went up or down, so I just... How far is the statue?
What?
The statue, how far is it from where the Kraken is? Because I'd have still been
10
close
feet.
to the statues. 20 feet, yeah, alright. Then I'll stow my crossbow, pull out my rapier, and go closer to the Kraken.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my rapier to Booming Blade.
Okay.
So once again, I'll use my Squire thingy to give myself an advantage. I rolled 3
Triple.
15s.
Look at that. Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. 27 definitely hits.
Yeah.
Is this a magical weapon?
Yeah, it is. Magical +2 rapier.
Nice.
So 1d8 plus 7 from the weapon, the extra d8 from the feet, so 15 plus 76. Rogues are crazy.
Ooh.
What was that? 15,
It's a 43.
43, and plus the 2d8 from Booming Blade. Why did it roll so many die? Which one would it be? So plus 8, so 51.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure
Your
it's
little
gonna be-
rapier against this giant creature, and
Yeah.
you just like are carving into it. It's not just one swipe. You're just like sticking it in, turning it, like carving up. There's just guts splattering against the side of the
And
cave here.
if the Kraken moves, it's gonna take 6. Oh wait, it's thunder damage. The booming blade.
It's only resistant to lightning, not thunder.
All right, yeah. All right, now.
Or it's immune to lightning, not thunder. So,
All right, then that's gonna be my turn.
okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action.
Oh, and since I'm in my Ghost Walk form, it has disadvantage on attacks against me.
Oh, so you didn't slide back down into the ground?
No, I used all my. No, I guess I could have, but no, I'll be an extra target for the Kraken.
Okay. All right. Well, seeing as you're there and you're doing by far more damage than anybody else, it is definitely going to attack you at disadvantage. $22 to hit.
Yeah, that's hits. What? Oh. I don't like that sound. That was so mean.
19 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Alright, I'll use my uncanny dodge to take half the damage. So 19 divided. So that's 9, right?
Uncanny dodge isn't on a
it's-
dex save.
No,
any
it's not.
attack?
No, that's evasion.
Oh, evasion. Gotcha.
Yeah. Uncanny dodge is I can use my reaction to half the damage from one attack.
Gotcha. So you reduce
So
it to
that's
9.
9. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Awesome. You're still grappled.
Yeah.
Yeah. That brings us to Fan's turn.
All right. So Fan gonna roll over. Oh, not cool, man. Not cool at all. And then he's just gonna, like, as he's getting up, standing up, he's just angry, and you can just see like the star pattern in his body is just kind of flickering reddish, like luminescent glow, and I'm gonna rage. And I can do that. It's okay. And how far is this thing from me right now? After I get up,
Oh, you were right in front of it. It grappled you. It threw up against the wall. You landed. You can get back to it. It's you're
'cause I
like
got
10
a 40
feet.
foot.
Yeah, you're like 10 feet
Yeah.
from it.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna run up, and I'm raging. And my first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to bite it. I have the Hungry Jaws that I can use as. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's a bonus action. Never mind. All right, bringing it down. My Mace of Terror. I'm going to hit it with my Mace of Terror instead.
All right.
All right, and then I'm going to go Reckless on this one
Mm-hmm.
because raging, and then
Can you kill it? Is the question.
let's see. I'm certainly going to try this. This man is not very nice. Oh my God! Nope, I can't even hit the thing.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Attack number 2 then. Still reckless. That should hit at least.
That does hit, yes.
All right. So then 1d6. Golly, +4 is 7, plus another. What's the raging? 2, plus another 2. So 9 points of damage. That's trash.
9 points of damage total. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Does it do anything special?
no. Oh yeah. So then as I attack him, like my stars splinter off of me and like create like a cascade of other like ancestral guardians. So he has a disadvantage on any attack that isn't against me. And if he hits a creature that's not me, that creature is resistant to the damage dealt by the attack.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
pretty tight.
That's
Yep,
crazy.
So
Okay. Sweet.
we are helping our friends.
Good to know. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
So there's a nice meaty thwack as your mace, and then you.
I feel like it was a weak, like it wasn't a great hit. He's slippery.
Yeah. My description of the Kraken is not what the picture on D&D Beyond looks like. It definitely looks way scarier on D&D Beyond. This is like a giant squid.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
I watched a video about the Krakens, and they said like that version of the Kraken is just like heavily modified, like because like body modification stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Instead
Gotcha.
of being like standard Kraken.
All right, I'm up.
You are.
I'm gonna do third level Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
So
Burn, baby, burn.
this first one is a 24.
Yep.
Second one is a nat 1.
Fan, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Another 24.
Damage.
You said Fen because you know I have evasion, right?
25.
Oh,
my god. I had a 6. That's
a
trash.
6? Alright, so the natural one hits Fan.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one that hits the Kraken is 2 but plus
You get
plus
an-
a D8.
Yeah.
4 points of fire damage. Were you serious?
Woo!
Level 13, yay!
Yeah, alright. Another one. So now this one's gonna hit Clem. Or Fan.
Man.
Lamb.
5.
Plus a D8 still.
Yeah.
Take five points of fire damage.
Wait,
From
yes,
behind.
the D8.
No, alright, so
Six.
Ooh.
6 points.
6 total, yeah.
And then these last 2 are gonna hit the Kraken. Come on, give me a good one. Thank you.
Ooh.
And then roll a D8. I'll
So
take a 3.
13? Okay.
And then the last one. What? Snake Eyes again?
You're gonna roll a 7 though, so you get at least 9 points. Oh, 3 points of damage. That is so brutal.
That's like 20 points of damage total. That's awful. Awful. Alright.
They intersect. They hit it.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll have Tiki go and Flame Seed again. Which that'll hit.
It does. Hey, at least you hit and did damage with it. So another 6 points of damage. So that was action, bonus action. It's taken fire. It's lighting up for sure, and it's not immune or resistant to fire.
End of my
damage,
turn. End of my turn.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use its final 2 legendary actions. It still has Coda. Wait, no, it has Coda.
It has me grapple.
But doesn't it still
has
have
me
Coda?
grappled.
It still has Coda
Yeah.
grappled as well. You both are grappled. I'm gonna roll a 1d2. On a 1, it uses Fling on Coda. That was a 2. It's gonna use Fling on Kellen. So that's 60 feet in a random direction. So go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Yep.
I already have in mind where the directions go.
Yeah.
4 is the same direction as Fan was launched, so into the wall. But you're in your ghostly form, but you're not.
Would
He
I?
goes through the wall.
He throws you
Out
out of the mountain. You go through the wall and out of the mountain.
It does say when I move to object, they count as difficult terrain. So
This is forced movement. That's up to it's 60 feet though. So
yeah. But I mean,
you're not
can I
traveling. You're being thrown.
you can also. It says you can also, so it's not like an always on thing. I while I'm in Ghost Walk, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and
I think I
even,
might hit the wall instead of going through the wall in this
Okay.
instance.
so then I'm gonna roll a d6. You take d6 damage, and you're knocked prone. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. as
See,
you hit the wall.
Jason, that's max damage on a roll.
As
Yeah,
you hit
whatever,
the wall,
dude.
knocked prone. It is now the Kraken's turn. That was the end of. It was the end of Coda's turn, I believe. Right? Yep.
Yeah.
So now it's back to its turn. What is it going to do? It is not in its lair. What is the bite attack? Oh my!
Oh god. I don't like the reaction.
Oh my goodness! All right, let's see if we can kill Coda on this turn. So so a creature that is grappled can make a bite attack on. So it's going to go ahead and do that. So Coda, you like feel yourself being pulled closer and closer to this toothy maw or this beaked maw. It's just like crunching in place. I still have to roll to hit.
And it's a disadvantage.
It is a disadvantage. Wait.
And yeah, it's any
Because of
any
Ancestral Guardian.
attack that's not against me.
So at disadvantage, it rolled a 30.
What's
hit.
his plus to attack?
Jesus.
Hello.
I'm rolling damage. 18 points of piercing damage, reduced to 9.
Wait,
and,
no, it wasn't an attack. The flank part.
and you are swallowed. You literally go into its mouth, into the Kraken's body. You are now inside of its mouth, or inside its body. You are blinded and restrained.
Cool.
Oh Jesus.
That was its first... Wait a second. Can it make multiple... No, it can't. Really?
Wait, so like it can only swallow during a turn? I would assume.
It has multi-attack, but that's only on the tentacle or fling ability. It cannot do...
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait.
balancing.
Yeah, it can only use its bite attack. Yeah, but Coda's going to start taking damage on the Kraken's next turn.
That's sad.
Coda might die unless you guys can kill it on this round, which is unlikely. So that ends the Kraken's turn. Back at the top of the round, it is Kellen's turn.
We'll be
What?
fine. I'll take care of business.
Yeah. I'm still grappled, right? So.
You are still. No, you're not, because you got.
Oh
flung.
no, it threw me. Yeah, it's, but I'm prone, so I'll get up.
Yep.
And go back over to it and stab it once again.
Okay.
So with
I should have done
advantage.
what I meant to do 2 turns ago with it, but I didn't. 31 definitely hits.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You get to roll 3 dice every time you attack.
Elven accuracy, baby. D8. Look at that. Plus booming blade. Right, you know, Jason, how I talked about max damage. That's so 15, 36, plus 7, 43. Is my math right?
Why-
I don't think it is.
Why does it say 20 and 7 for the thunder damage?
Because it's booming blade has like 2 instances of damage it can do. It like when I stab it, it does 2d8. But if it moves after and like before my next turn, it takes an extra 3d8. So that's why.
Which is that damage. Okay.
Which is the 20. Yeah.
I was going to have it move at the end of its turn, and then I said it was the end of its turn, and then you started talking, and I was like, crap, I didn't have it move. But so
I mean,
and then
if it moved, it would have taken what was it?
Yeah, whatever your last booming blade damage was.
Should be here. 6. Woo!
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
All right, well, if it's still alive, it'll move on its next turn. So 40... What did you just say? You said 15 plus 21 is
43, I think it
36
was.
plus 36 plus 7 is 43.
Plus 7. Yeah, 43, yeah.
43 points of damage.
And you know what? Since it's real angry, back to the ground I go.
Wow. So now it's only Fan that's left.
Wait, I get advantage. Resist. Well, no, I'll stay out since it's only, and I get resistance. Right now. Yeah, I'll stay out.
Okay. Is that end your turn?
Yeah, it is.
All right. The end of your turn is going to use legendary action, and it is going to use a tentacle attack on you.
Disadvantage.
Correct.
21 to hit.
No, that's a miss. That's it.
20 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
And I have resistance to it because
So 10,
of the
reduced to
ancestral.
10.
So
Yep.
11. You said 22, right?
No, 20.
20. Oh, I thought. That's why I change. All right. And
So you're
I
grappled.
is grappled. All right.
Next up on the list is Fan.
All right. So Fan is still in here. I'm going to step forward again, and as I do so, you see the Ancestral Guardians. They pull out bows and arrows, and a beam of light shoots from me. It's my bonus action, my Starry Form Archer mode, and I'll do the. Oh wait, there it is. Spells. This spell attack. Yo boy.
Ooh, natural 20. Amazing.
Yo boy.
The Kraken's
All right.
looking real hurt, by the way. I didn't mention that, but it's looking. It was already
Yeah,
hurt.
we don't get our usual like damage indicator, like badly injured, stuff like that.
So yeah, can't hover over anything. I know.
Yeah.
All right, so then that's 7 plus another 8 is
So,
what?
15.
15.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so 15 damage on my Starry Form Archer, and
Okay.
then following that, as the Ancestral Guardians are firing, Fan is just coming in with his mace, and he's just coming down on the big bash. So
Okay.
first hit, we're going reckless. 18. Wow, that's trash.
18 just hits.
Woo-hoo, boy, howdy. All right, so we'll do this one. Ah, max damage 10 plus
Nice.
another 2 from my rage, so 12 there. That's it. Rage is 12. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have anything. Is there any other extra damage I do somehow?
I can squeeze out of this.
Yeah, because is there anything else I can push in there? Technically, I can move him 5 feet, but oh wait, no, he's more than one size larger than me. Never mind. That
Yeah.
don't count. All right.
So 12 points of
Second
damage.
attack. Yeah, 12 points of damage. Second attack. Wow, whack.
Yeah.
Whack it.
Brutal. With advantage, too. That's crazy.
I know, right?
What's your bonus to hit?
9.
Oh,
Yeah. Not
you
terrible.
should be hitting more
Great.
than 50% of the time.
I really should be. I've missed.
Plus, you have
like twice.
advantage.
Yeah, plus you have advantage, yeah. Yeah, so the odds of that are pretty low. That's crazy. And you've already missed twice.
Yep. All right. Well, hitting with other things. That's all that matters. All right.
Yep.
And then I'm standing close. The Ancestral Guardians are there, phalanx style, just out around me, keeping crowd control. So that's it for me.
And you've been, your ancestral thing has been extremely helpful to the other two who wouldn't be dead right now, but they'd have way less health. For sure.
Well, like, just know that the Guardians protect us and our lives. They want to see us flourish,
Okay. Is that end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before Coda's turn comes up, it's going to use legendary action and make a...
Hey, could he just not?
Gonna do...
That's bold, yeah, dude. Maybe you're right. What if he just didn't?
Yeah, like he could just not.
I mean, you could try and lightning me. That's a good strat, right?
Is... Why are you saying that?
Evasion, baby.
Oh. Who's grappled right now?
I am.
It's just Kellen, not Fans not grappled?
No, I'm not grappled.
Gotcha. Okay. It's going to use a legendary action to fling Kellen. Roll a d4 for me.
1d4, yeah. 4, baby.
Same exact thing. Same exact thing. And you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. Also, a flock of eagles comes flying in from outside as the golden light bathes them as they're kind of flying in above and like land on a perch on the top of this thing. These are regular sized eagles on top of a kraken, and there's probably like 30 or 40 of these eagles, and they all land on top and begin like pecking into it, and it's like having a hard time, and it like uses one of its tentacles, which comes, this is all just for flavor, comes down and like slams, hits like only 4 or 5 of them, which get like smushed against its body. So that's what they're currently doing. Coda, you're on the inside.
Gandalf is nearby.
So, what would you say about a dexterity check if I'm inside him? Would he even make it? Would I just automatically nail him?
No, he still has to make a. What is it?
Burning hands.
I feel like that's hard to miss.
Well, so this actually just happened in the most recent episode of Campaign 3 that I'm watching, where someone was swallowed and did an attack with a gun from within, and he made them roll to hit, and they missed, and the bullet like went out of its mouth and fired out of its mouth. So theoretically, you could use burning hands, and the fire could be coming out of its mouth.
Now the Kraken breathes flame. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Sure. Yeah, you know what?
And there's a couple of individuals directly in front of where its mouth is.
Let's do it. He has to pass a Dex 19.
Wait, before that, because I when I went to look the flame, I noticed it says if the Kraken takes 50 or more. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, it's 50 or more. Yeah.
In a single, I thought it was a round.
Yeah.
I saw 50. I was like,
it rolled a 13, and it is going to use legendary resistance.
Sure. Wow, that's pretty good. So 12 points fire damage.
Okay.
so that's a good roll, Jason.
That's really good.
It's looking
I'm sorry.
really, really, really hurt. Like super, super hurt.
Using my
Yeah.
bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that sucks. Never mind. I was gonna try and have Tiki teleport me out of the stomach,
That's
but
fine.
it goes to a place that I can see, and if I can't see
You're
outside
blind.
of the
Yeah, you're
mouth,
blind. Yeah.
right? So it doesn't help.
How does
So,
the
yeah,
targeting
then-
on burning hands work?
It's a cone.
It's a cone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I'll have Tiki do a little thangy thing. 17 hit.
17 just misses. Wait. Yeah. 17 just misses. I was gonna
Okay.
say something different, but goes
That's
flying
it.
off. Hits one of the eagles on the top.
Oh. Hold on. Takes an extra 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, from your burning hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Would that be affected by the successful save? Would, right?
No.
Okay.
It's just whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage.
Alright.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its third legendary action for this turn, and it's going to make a tentacle attack on Fan.
No, get off me.
It has advantage on Finn,
Oh.
right?
No, it
It does have advantage.
has advantage.
Yeah,
Because
because
of
I'm
my
reckless.
That's good. 28 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and the
In my
damage,
dream. Definitely hits.
23
This is
points of
close to
bludgeoning
attack.
damage.
Reduced by half.
Why is it reduced by half?
Because I'm
He's
raging.
raging.
Okay.
Oh my god, I just realized I could have
And
been doing more damage.
And you are
Forgot I had
grappled.
this item.
You are
What is it,
grappled.
12? Is it 12 or 11?
11.
11. Okay.
It's
Okay, I
half
am-
rounded down. Okay. How you doing
I'm
over there?
grappled. Oh, I'm not feeling great, but I'm still in the fight. And I'm about
Okay.
to probably drop rage to cast some healing spells, honestly.
Okay. So it did its legendary action. Now it's the Kraken's turn.
Yup.
You you're grappled. It's going to make a bite
Yeah.
attack to try and swallow you.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's fair.
Here we go. Does it have advantage?
It does. I did reckless, so it still has advantage.
31 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Easy miss.
Oh, wait. At the start of its turn, Coda, who is still in its stomach, begins taking acid damage. I'm going to roll this damage, which is 20 piercing damage. This is for a fan. So it's reduced to half. That's the bite attack, right? And then you are swallowed. So, Coda, as you begin feeling this acid digesting you, your friend's head like pops up next to yours, and you're just kind of like, well, you're blinded, but another body appears next to you. Let me look at the
man.
acid damage on this. Oh, that's so bad.
How much was the bite damage you said?
It was 20 reduced to 10 because you're raging, right?
Yeah.
It's 40 points of acid damage. How's Coda looking over there?
How does your ancestral guardian work? Is it do you have resistance to all damage caused by the enemy, or is it just from attack rolls?
I'm looking. Hold on.
I have 2 hit points left.
I'm still standing there.
Where is my?
This is good. This is good.
This is actually a bit of a test because there's only 3 of
It
you.
says. So it says. While raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you. And it just says the target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you, and when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack. So it has to be an attack.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the
so
acid is full damage.
doesn't have resistance, yeah. So it's basically when somebody tries to attack one of your allies, like a spirit tries to stub them and reduces the damage.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't count like against dexterity saving throw type.
No.
of
No,
fireball
it would
or
have
stuff
to
like
be
that.
it
An
says
attack.
by attacks, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like someone shooting a boat would still count towards that because it's an attack.
Yeah.
All right.
So, one of the spirits does a "Get down, Mr. President!"
No, yeah,
jumps in the
exactly.
way.
all right. So you're swallowed. And Kellen, you went down into the ground. I think you said
No.
you
He was
did.
up. He was up.
I'm up. Yeah, I got
thought you were-
flanked. After my turn, I got flanked. I'm not in the ground.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So you watch both of your friends get
You're
swallowed by
pointing.
this kraken. It then moves out of sight, like out
takes-
from. Yeah, good.
it takes 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage.
What? How many does it have left, Tim? I just saw that face. Wait, it moves away from me.
It's not.
Attack
It
of
wasn't. You were
opportunity.
10 feet. You were 10. You were thrown, and you were 10 feet. Every one of
yeah,
these flings. Yeah, you were thrown 10 feet, so you were. It was not
Do
within
the
5 feet of
eagles
you.
get an attack of magical damage? Not magical damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
Which is why they're not doing anything to it. It moves out of sight. It's like bloodied and like it's like starting to ooze out from the sides. It moves away from the opening. You see the tentacles. Like one of the tentacles is on the outside of the opening, and then a bit further, like as though it's like moving around the side of the mountain. That is the end of its turn. It is no part of it is currently in your sight, but it does bring us to the top of the round with Callan.
All right, You said it went over the edge, right?
No,
Let's try
went
going
to the
down.
side, not down. It didn't go down. It
All
went
right, yeah.
around the side, like it's
Then
climbing
I'll
around the side of the
go over
mountain.
to the side and try and see where it is.
Okay.
This giant kraken should be easy to spot,
Technically-
right?
You see it. It's.
Yeah.
I would say if you go to the very edge and you like hang off.
I mean,
the
I
side,
can fly.
Oh,
I'm still in my ghost
okay.
walk.
Then you can get over to it. It doesn't have. It's got
Yeah.
20 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'll get over to it.
Okay, you can get over to it. It's on the side of the mountain. Looks over at you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yeah, but Tim, I hate myself when after you said that it has 1 HP left. I forgot I have the illusionist bracer, so I could have booming blade twice. And
Oh,
had 2
Right,
more
I saw
attacks
you
so
grab
far.
that, and I thought you were gonna be like boom, 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 booming blade. You know?
Yeah,
like,
I forgot I had it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and
So,
make your
yeah.
attack. See
Gosh,
if-
Felix, I got swallowed for nothing.
We knew you like being swallowed.
Wow.
He's about it.
Oh!
And now I get the crit.
All right, let's see this ridiculous damage.
Alright. So, 1d8 plus 8. Plus that other d8. Plus the 76.
Wow.
Plus the 2d8.
Wait. 7 times 6 plus 16 plus...
Math is hard.
Hold on.
Wait.
Plus 8. And then now I'm going to add up the regular damage. 14 plus 8 plus 28 plus 16. You just dealt 132 damage to this thing.
What left?
It had 1 HP and you dealt 132 damage to it.
Oh my god.
How
Well, I think
would you like
it
to
doesn't
do
get
this?
death saving throws, right?
It does not. How would you like to do
Just
this? With 132 damage. I mean, it basically explodes. Well, not really.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
I'll go
using a
in.
rapier. You poke
Yeah.
it like a balloon.
It is like charged with like thunder, like that, but poke it. Let go of my friends. Just poke it like that.
Okay, sure, that's good. So you stick it in and it explodes. Coda and Fan.
Mhm.
The creature that you're inside of explodes. You're inside of it currently, and you are
Yep.
about 120 feet up in the air.
Yep.
It explodes and you hit the side of it and you get partially launched out with the meat of it and you are now free falling 120 feet down to the ground.
All
What
right.
do you-
Yeah. I mean, before I hit the ground, I'll just have Tiki teleport us both safely to the floor.
Okay. It's such a ridiculous.
So I overkilled him by 129 points of damage.
Yeah, I got absolutely hammered.
Mhm. So with this,
Guys, I just realized I have a ring of stone. I could have cast Wall of Stone before it got in.
Oh my
We could have done so much better.
okay. So here's what
Actually,
happens.
before we even fly, or like we're falling, Fan would just grab, Coda and immovable rod, just kind of hang there until Tiki gets to us. Bamf us
Yeah,
up.
all right.
There's no point in falling all that way. I brought the immovable rod.
Actually, what's amazing about that is grabbing on, like holding onto this thing and hanging there, and Kellen, who's just floating up in the air as the guts of this thing, like half of it, as it explodes, half of its body gets launched into the air, just like flies.
ridiculous ragdoll physics. Just
Gary's mod style,
yeah,
just
the
across-
tentacles go like 50 feet long.
Yes.
Just-
Spaghettifies the tentacle, like, gets stuck in the mountain, but just gets launched.
Funny enough, the opening in the ground, this half of it lands inside of it. There was a bit of light coming from this opening in the forest floor, if you recall, from when the elk statue was placed on the pressure plate. And you hear just very faintly, as the body of this thing is traveling through the air, a faint sound of chanting, as like a yellow beam of light is like coming out of it very slowly, like a lightsaber that's very, very slowly being extended up into the sky. And this
The
thing
Lady of the Lake.
lands with a huge cascade of like a small explosion of like dust and rocks and debris. A bunch of like screams rend through the air as this thing lands inside of it, and the yellow beam of light is extinguished. A bunch of elks and tortoises and black bears approach at the base of the mountain. You just kind of look up expectantly as the tortoise, like seemingly of their own accord, the statues have moved themselves and the tortoise goes back over the pressure plate and all the trees just, like fall down, and you can see all these various animals throughout the forest are going over to inspect the hole that the other half of this creature has fallen into. Tiki teleports you down to you going back inside the room or down to the forest floor?
Back into the room, yeah.
Okay. Back into the room. Stand up at the top. Looking down at the spectacle.
Whoa, that was I didn't think we'd be able to do that. And then like the starry constellation disappears off him, and then Fan starts to cast a spell, and I'll do Healing Spirit at 3rd level, and then we can equal to 1 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. So 6 times, and it does 2d6 healing. So 3 to Coda, 1 to Kellen, and then it's 4, 5, 6, and then 2 to me. So 2d6.
So it's d6. Okay.
2d6. Yeah, 2d6.
Wait, it's 3 times 2d6? Or I get 3d6?
Yeah.
Oh.
You get no. It's 2d6 per healing, and it's healing you 3 times. So that's essentially
okay.
6d6 of you.
Right. Dude, I cannot get a good roll for my life today.
Quick question, Tim. You said it was already injured when it got to us. How much HP do you take away from it?
How much did I take away from it?
Yeah, because it was already injured. Like, how much did it lose getting here?
From its
Enough.
max, from its max HP. You really want me to tell you that information? Okay.
Yeah, because I want to know if it was at full, how much health would it have left after my crit?
I had taken away 222 hit points from it.
All right, yeah, no.
I'll cast the 7th level heal on myself, so I get 80 hit points back.
80.
Yeah, it was at 250, which that's what. Yeah, by default they have 472.
That's a lot.
And
yeah, what's his bonus to attack rolls?
17.
I have an AC of 17.
It's a CR23 monster.
Holy.
I just made it up on the spot. It was a Kraken, and then I was like, Kraken stat block. Oh, it's CR23. Let's see what happens. And it turned out fine. I just reduced the HP, and that's fine. Yeah. But that teaches me that you guys, there's 3 level 13 characters beat a half health Kraken. If there were more targets, and if it were in the water, and there were more of you, if you were like level 10, and there were 6 players at level 10, the thing wouldn't stand a chance. Please,
no Krakens and Raiders.
Plus you'd have Larak and stuff, though. So
you have to leave Saor at some point.
But Tim, one thing also, well, even though we didn't use them properly, we did have magical items.
Right. Well, I mean,
which
the Raiders group
even though we do in Raiders, but like these, like
you
picked them specifically, handpicked.
Well, Razir has the illusionist bracers.
Yeah, and I didn't use mine because I'm.
It would have died like a whole round earlier, probably.
Because it wouldn't have gotten to swallowing. No, it would still have swallowed them because it went down to 1 HP after it moved.
But in all reality, I was going to say Xander. If Coda had just done Wall of Stone, I mean,
didn't know. I didn't think about it at the time.
So, quick question: because again, this is a one shot. How long do we want to go with this? Further than we already have? How much longer do we want to go? Is the real question. Because we can wrap it up right here if you want to. Just finish your battle with this Kraken, and we can go down and explore a little bit. We could play for 20 more minutes, or 30 more minutes, or an hour. I'm looking at Jason's face, who's already yawning earlier. So
This is late. I feel, and I've been doing a lot of traveling. I'm feeling real tired. But
all right, let's
I am a tired fellow.
yeah. So let's skip ahead a tiny bit here,
Sure.
right? There isn't really anything left to explore up here in this cave situation. The hole led to an underground like giant magma pool that may or could have been used for something if the hole was blown up and larger, or if you had caused the pressure to be released from the mountain. There could have been a catastrophic like nuclear bomb going off and the lava going. I don't know. I would have made it up as we went, but instead of all of that, because you now know where the temple is, which was your destination, you kind of scramble down. You're given a warm welcome by the animals at the base of the mountain in the forest, and the trees kind of come back very gently back into their regular positions, and you make your way over to the opening of where you're told the temple is and where the ritual was originally happening, but was very quickly extinguished by the remnants of this Kraken being tossed into the hole. You go to the edge of it and you look down, and there still are a bunch of like cannibals. And I'm not going to describe it, but there's a very gruesome scene that is visible below. And it's a very large antechamber that they didn't know the top of it could open and just to the sky where they were doing their ritual. And so you look down, and how would you go about handling this situation? They're not like magic users. A couple of them probably have like slings and maybe a crossbow here or there. They're not a very advanced spy network. You haven't come to the conclusion as to why they're a spy network, but they're cannibals for sure.
They say they're a spy network.
How
but not really.
high up are we on this ledge?
Looking down into this
Yeah.
pit, they're probably like 50 feet down.
50 feet.
how many?
The ones that are alive, there's probably like a dozen.
I feel like I just want to cast Moonbeam down there and just fly them.
Yeah, I was thinking just AoE down. Wait,
Yeah.
don't wildfire druids have like a wall of fire?
Yeah, probably somewhere.
Wall of fire one side, and I'll just Moonbeam them like.
No, because you can make a giant a circle with it, but like turn the fire damage inside, so it's basically like a giant fireball.
No, I want to do this because I think it's fun. I
fun
have
allowed.
this spell. I have this spell that I wanted to use. And I was saving it, depending on how much further we went, called an Investiture of Flame. So I become like a literal embodiment of fire.
She the
Is
Human
the
Torch.
way, yeah, Human Torch. And basically I can use my action to create a line of fire 15 feet long and 5 feet wide extending from me. So I'm basically just pointing my hand and casting like and making gouts of fire appear for me. So I'm just gonna do that as I like become a fire god and walk down like into this little area and just start blowing these guys up.
I guess I'd stay up and just pew dead with
Yeah.
my crossbow from afar.
Okay, so you're just laying waste to the people that are down here at this point, right? So you embody fire, and there's no like staircase that leads down. It's just an opening. So are you able
I
to
make a
float down?
staircase for him with the shape Earth, just for effect. Just
So, but you make
Cool.
it slowly as he's walking, and because he's so hot, right? He's turning the ground like from clay, molded clay, into brick, and so it's like each step he takes is purposeful, and it's like, and it's like slightly cracking just for a visual effect as he
Yeah.
takes each step downwards, and all these cannibals with like spears and crossbows. A couple of them get thrown at you, but just like you're just like confidently walking down as they're kind of firing past you.
Nature is so beautiful sometimes.
I'd wait to start shooting until they're down and they start blasting them. I don't want to steal their moment.
Anyway, I started blasting.
So anyways, I started through the center of the body of the Kraken. This yellow beam that was being suppressed by the body of it. You hear a crackling and bubbling sound as the inside of it, which is like leaking this gooey, bloody substance all over, which mingles in with all the surroundings of this chamber, and doesn't seem to make too much of a difference to the aesthetic that's here, but it splits open in the center, and the yellow beam, in a much more quick succession, fires off into the sky. But as of right this second, nothing happens. You step down to the bottom of the stairs, and all of the cannibals begin chanting. You see smiles on their faces, and they're like screaming in a foreign language, some alternate weird language that I'm assuming probably I'll just pick a language that none of you know. It's a random RP, and they're just like
you don't have Xander here, so.
they're
I have
chanting.
a lot of languages.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have primordial?
I do not.
I do.
Oh, of course you do. Oh man, they're chanting, "Bring forth the betrothed! Bring forth the betrothed!"
The betrothed. Guys, we gotta get out of here. Someone's getting married. Okay.
Okay, so you go down and what are you doing to lay waste to them?
I'm burning them. My gouts of flame every turn.
Okay, and Fan, what is Fan doing to lay waste to them?
Fan is watching, and I guess I'm just gonna. I'll start up a moonbeam at where's that? Third. Nah, I'll do moonbeam at 4th level. And just
What's the
out
radius
there.
on Moonbeam?
Moonbeam is only a 5-foot radius. Yeah, but I can move it. Yeah, it moves. So on each my turn, I can move it up to 60 feet in any direction.
Okay. And is
So it's just over here, laser.
Does it originate from you?
No, I
Like a
can cast it within
Kamehameha?
120 feet. Oh, that'd be cool. I would say that I put my mace up to the sky and it's like a rainbow moonbeam. It arcs upward and then lands. And I'm putting it right in front of everywhere Koda's going, just like as a precursor to him just walking in and wrecking things. So
You're preheating the cultists.
Yeah, preheating them.
All right, Kellen, as you look up at this beautiful beam, you look up into the sky, and the yellow beam has intersected with something. Like something is falling out of this. No, something's being pulled from the sky, and it's massive and is just rapidly approaching, and it's getting bigger and bigger by the moment visually, and it has a lot of limbs like the Kraken did.
Oh my lord.
What do you do?
We crashed a wedding, guys.
Apparently.
I'm gonna title the episode "Wedding Crashers." That's so good.
He was coming after us. You mean Castle Crashers?
Wow.
He came after us. I feel like this is an us problem.
Wait, we're gonna leave the island. Like Poseidon's gonna be waiting for us. Like you desecrated my statue.
All right.
Is it coming down to like a pedestal, or like
there's a giant remnant,
like an altar,
half body of a Kraken that was exploded. That's laying on top of most of what's in here, so you can't see anything.
Wait, Could you wall of stone to block the hole?
Let's
You've got like 2
Well,
rounds to prepare for this thing. It's
stone's 10
rapidly.
feet high and 6 inches thick. You know what, guys? Should we just leave?
I mean,
The moonbeam is like mercilessly frying
yeah, oh yeah,
the
just
cannibals
out
that are
here
in
cooking.
here. And Kellen was going to be laying waste to some of there was only like a dozen of them left, so they're being fried at this point. But it looks as though the ritual, at least to some extent, was successful.
I mean, I feel like we probably should make up our minds.
Yeah.
Wait,
Can we escape quickly enough? Like, aren't we here to do this mission? Like,
weren't we supposed to stop?
Look, I value my life more than I value anyone else's.
that's
Even
Cannibals
more
have
than
been-
Peakies?
Cannibals been basically eradicated at this point, at least from the temple.
Yeah, because they're still the village, right?
You never went there. The world may never know.
we might. They were already all dead. Well, I mean, I feel like we did like what we were supposed to. So, the natural order of things. You know, I don't think we should eliminate whatever this thing is. We don't even know what it is. So,
It's a round away at this point, and it's another giant kraken
Yeah.
coming down to the ground.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's.
Jason, you're immune to fire damage right now.
Yeah.
What if we triggered the volcano explosion, but before it explodes, me and Van get away?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do, let's do it.
Wait,
now.
no, you don't have any more wild shapes, right, Alex?
no, sir.
You can fly away then.
Well, we should beat feet, I would say. I don't like flying mystical krakens, so
Who does?
I mean, technically,
Alright,
this one's
cool.
falling. It's a falling mystical kraken.
I don't like falling
Is it like
mystical
falling
krakens.
slow?
Is it like majestically falling, like in a very
So,
It's got all of its tentacles all spread out, and it's like spinning.
like one of those launcher things? It's-
Go down.
oh, it's actually kind of beautiful. Oh man,
As it is about to hit the ground.
yeah. All right, Fan's gonna start. He's gonna start leaving. Oh, I gotta go.
yeah,
I'm gonna position the moonbeam all over top of it as it's falling the entire time. Though it's a 40-foot high beam, so
Okay. I mean, it
Once
would
I-
get
once-
hit for like a round before hitting the ground.
I mean, that's
So-
that's
Right.
like
So what do the other two of you do?
Yeah, if we're just trying to get out of here, we can live to fight another day, guys.
I would- I would say
shape into
you're-
a horse.
I was gonna say I would allow say that it's acceptable that you're within shouting distance of the mountain opening. If you
the animals, because the elk never got to tell us, but he was supposed to get out. It tells how to get someplace, other place, like the other temple.
no the elk was the one that on the pressure plate
Oh, yeah.
opened. You don't know what the other two ones
Yeah,
were
you know
gonna
what?
do,
Yeah.
but
You know what? Just tell him to do it. I'm shouting to the volcano.
okay.
Do it.
All right. You just shout up, do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing intelligent. That's not Coda's style.
All right. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, the
Guidance.
-1. Are you sure? Okay, I'll take a guidance.
Plus a D4. Let's go.
D4, right?
Yeah. If you do guidance, you lose Moonbeam.
17.
I lose what? Moonbeam? Okay.
Moonbeam.
That's all right.
It wasn't. I mean, it did what it was intended to do. You just barely from this distance see the statues like very quickly like you don't hear anything, but you just see them moving on the inside. What do you all do to prepare for what
Triple
you know
dash.
is about to happen?
Yeah, run.
You have no means of movement other than just running.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm immune to fire. I'll live.
So what does Coda do?
Yeah,
Just
okay.
like stands there like Peter Pan, just looking up at the mountain.
Yeah, I'll take it like a champ right now.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
have anything else.
triple dash for 120 feet of movement.
I will run and dash. That's 80 feet of movement.
There's a couple seconds go by. Actually, like as the spinning kraken comes down, it's like received by some kind of something that would be suspending something like in midair. Like it like comes like it's gonna slam into the ground. You're like, oh, it's gonna die when it hits the ground, and then it like bounces a little bit, and then it's just like resting
There's a
there.
trampoline.
It stops spinning, and this yellow beam that's been shooting upwards is like holding it in place, and its like tentacles start to move a little bit. And Coda's just like looking up at the mountain. The rest of you guys, like movie style, the music like cuts out. Just music cuts out. Coda.
Cool guys don't look like explosions.
I just imagine Kellen and Fan. You just hear them like, just like running through the forest.
Slow down, bro.
And then there's the the goal explosion. Well, you guys don't know, but Jason knows. There's the nuke. And yeah, it's that like little break sound with a flash of white light that just brightens everything on the entire island.
And we're all dead now.
Yeah.
Team-
Well, except for
Speak for yourself.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Sure, yeah.
Hey.